a bit of time to go.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, it's recording, and then if you just click on editor at the top.
We should be live.
Yes, there we go.
Oh yeah, I got the Twitch notification.
Hello, I'm the Great Wizard Merlin, and we are back doing some more Pathfinder 2nd edition playtesting. So we are a couple of people down, this session. We have one person who's working, one person who has had a very, very terrible day at work, so it's probably best, they're not in front of the screen, and the other one is just making a round of tea, so they'll be back shortly. So yeah, so we're slightly minimised down, but it should all be good. If anything,
you'll find that's the most important one is making the round.
I think we have to consider Merlin as the most important one because it's his channel, or some such bollocks.
I'm not important.
But now it's his channel.
Oh yeah, until my shares get.
Is that feedback of the?
Oh no!
I think that was the.
That was the tap next door.
You can hear the tap through the walls.
Okay.
But yeah, so don't worry. Cassus was on about if it was just like me and Leon that were here, then he would have just run with us two.
Oh yeah. They'd have had to Iron Man this shit, and I mean properly Iron Man.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
And if they'd have both died, and that would have been it. Game over.
You're gonna roll with the punches.
It's still possible. It's still possible.
But yeah.
So
we were we had just engaged in fighting some furry things.
Yes, I had the Hat of Disguise engaged. Had I just thrown off my disguise? I can't remember.
not quite.
Not quite. No.
In fact, one of the reasons that I was throwing the initiative up is because this will happen in initiative orders, and they haven't actually seen everybody yet, but they found where people are hiding, and they had higher perception than stealth. So, to give a little bit of backstory to this, so the first group that they played, the first characters, they were sent on a mission into an ossuary, which is a sort of tomb crypt type thing.
Aussie place.
They found a book with this goblin tribe that gave them some information regarding something called a doomsday clock. Oh, a countdown clock. Sorry.
Some sort of death clock.
Yeah, some kind of
Death
death
clock.
This book gave some information regarding some kind of bad juju going on, and it was translated. Information was disseminated as appropriate. After deciphering the book, they discovered the location of one of these countdown clocks. To what exactly that it is counting down to, they're not sure, which is one of the reasons they want a clock, to try and figure that out. So they hired a different group, because playtests, to help you try different characters and things. They hired a different group in the right place to go and find this clock, which is in a tomb. So the group was hired and sent off on their way. They made their way to the base of a mountain in some time, and they managed to start making their way up the mountain. They ended up fighting some hyenas and a hyenodon.
Yep.
They managed to fall into a sand trap, deal with a couple of ant cakes.
That wasn't fun.
They managed to skirt around a small knoll encampment a bit lower down the mountain. They got into a bit of a fight with a manticore further up.
Yep.
And they have just found another small encampment of gnolls. This time, however, given that the gnolls were pretty much in the way, they elected to set up some traps to try and help get through and to thin the numbers and even the odds a little bit. At which point, one of our characters had the Hat of Disguise, which he used, and has disguised as a gnoll. He managed to make them totally believe that he really was a gnoll and really was with them, and convinced them to start buggering off down the mountain. At which point, everyone else was laying in wait in an ambush. Unfortunately, due to some of the less than stellar stealth scores, some of the group was seen.
Hello.
At which point, initiative was about to kick off.
Evening, Tolladan. That was a little break there. Slip straight in.
Look, I'm back on camera.
I'm going to guess that's what that plate's for.
corner and everything.
I don't like to brew it for too long.
Like it nice and stewed.
So, just before we quickly entirely start, and Merlin can say properly hello to Tolladan, I'm just going to quickly do my.
We're being very posh and having tea.
Coffee.
You're having
tea.
your coffee.
Tea is every man's
Well,
drink.
actually, you're having
In a
coffee
second.
tea.
Once
You say
I
what now?
have put
What?
sugar in instead,
It's coffee tea.
I will give
What
you this.
heresy have you
Okay.
committed?
Well, I forgot you wanted coffee.
So you started off
So you
with
started
tea.
brewing tea and then put coffee in it.
Yeah.
You've made an abomination.
No,
But luckily,
that is actually a thing
I
in some
remembered at the
places.
last minute
Well-
and took the tea bag out, so you've just got coffee.
He's actually a
I'm
thing.
here all week.
Welcome to Tea Maker Simulator.
Right, you're here all evening.
You know that's a real thing.
Yes,
It'll be on Steam.
I was very surprised if it isn't actually, to be quite honest.
Tea simulator. Can I have the tea spanner, please?
The what?
Oh, yeah, I should actually start.
Thank you.
Let you stir that. No,
It's a tea
he's
spanner.
not putting his elbow in his tea there.
Nearly. Pass the milk around. See, we're table-topping, tea making.
For reference, given that you'll be first up in the initiative in a moment anyway, Johan, when you do make an attack, it won't actually drop your disguise.
Okay.
Ooh.
Because you'll still be in the disguise, because it's magical disguise and everything. It's only things like initiative that would drop when you make an attack. Not initiative, invisibility. And know what I meant? Quiet, internet.
Begins with an I.
It begins with an I and it's a long word and ends with a Y, it's fine.
Any?
No, but I thought I could confuse people
Oh
anyway.
well, let's.
So yeah, with the way the initiative fell, so as the gnolls had noticed one of your group who was not quite quiet enough.
Stop! I'm being quiet.
Well, no, I'm being stealthy as like my hair is sticking out of the bush, my nose is sticking out, coloured robes.
So Johan has snuck up behind the last one, and you are first in the initiative.
Sneak attack.
Okay.
Sneak.
So
It
roll.
works even better if you elongate the
Oh, yeah, I'm the only one that
Roll
didn't get
for
the
murder
spammer.
So the D6 that's to damage.
Well, we didn't think you need
Yeah,
one
so you
since
still
you
need
are
to roll
one.
to attack.
Yes. Do I
Are you
get a bonus
facilitating
for
the
it
role
being
of Lizzie?
an unaware target?
Don't I always?
It will be against the touch AC.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ooh, so that's a natural 18 plus, so that makes 25.
That hits.
Is that a crit?
It is not.
What?
That would have just been amazing. Just a. Oh look, one fell over.
One shot.
Get another D6 out. And a D8 ready for some
I think
deadliness.
it's flat-footed just incurs a -2 to your AC now.
That would make it a lot simpler.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yes, in that case, it will be a crit.
Hooray! Alright, D8.
Oh god, we started with a crit, we're screwed.
Oh, good. Isn't everyone loving the rules, Lion?
Yay! So that's
I know Tuzzadan loves
plus
the
my
rules. Lion.
finesse.
Whoa now, why has tonight turned into a sausage fest? Unfortunately, all
But I like sausage fest. like in
A
Krakow.
certain player.
yes, that would be.
Hi, Lucy.
15.
On the damage. So have you? Is that your flat roll, or is that including the fact that you get more dice on a crit?
Yeah, you do.
I thought I put that. I thought that gave you my deadly D8.
Yes, it
So
does.
you do your D6
Yes.
for your basic weapon
Yep.
and a D8 for deadly.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've got sneak attack, so you also roll another 2d6 on top of that.
Oh, that's okay. I didn't know the deadly was on top of my
Yeah, yeah.
D6. I thought
Yeah.
it just turned my D6
And any flat
into a D8.
bonuses are doubled as well.
Okay.
So like strength.
So like your strength, which should be
Oh.
recorded up there.
I
Is
believe it'll be
okay.
Dex for this because of his rogue.
So,
Yeah.
so another D6.
another 2d6.
Oh,
Yeah, because your
2D6.
sneak attack. Your sneak attack is 1d6, but as a crit it's 2.
Boys, wild
And you
night
get a
in.
d6 and a d8 for the.
Oh yeah.
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 It's gonna get
uh,
wizardly.
gonna get bloody, I guess.
That's fine.
It's
Release your inner beast.
Okay, yeah, so that was 15, then plus another 3, so 18, and another 3, 21, and 26.
Dead?
Okay.
Through the... Is it?
Very, very, very nearly.
Shot.
Oh.
I pretty impaled him with my rapier.
You have. So with him being completely unaware of you, you've pretty much managed to pierce one of his lungs straight through, and it actually comes out the front of his chest before you pull it back. And he's there struggling to breathe and unable to actually call out to the people in front of him. That is one of your 3 actions.
Oh, let's do this again.
Holy crap.
19!
Yay!
Okay, so that means
So
it's 26.
minus
That was a
-5.
-5 for the multi-attack.
Yes. Okay, so 21.
Okay, so that won't be a crit, but that will hit.
Damn right, will it?
And you still get your...
Pierce the other lung. Make it symmetrical.
Like my what sneak attack, yes.
Yeah, you still get your basic sneak attack.
Okay, so that's just 2d6 then.
The power of sneak.
3, so that's 11.
Okay.
Inner beast from
So,
Merlin's chest.
your first thrust with your rapier punches straight through, goes straight through a lung, pierces out the front, comes back, and with the second one you jam it straight through the back of his throat, and as he finally gargles and falls over dead. Okay. The other ones do see you though.
Oh well.
What with one of them falling over dying.
Well, in that case, take off my disguise. 'Twas I.
That's
And
fair.
you do have one more action.
Yeah, take my hat of disguise off and assume a defensive stance.
Okay. Defensive stance is
Oh, that's
+2 to AC?
Look up for you now, Chris.
Oh.
Dragon
fine.
stance.
What do you need?
what the hell curses is.
So, next down the order for people here. Boom.
Yo! Right.
She will ask him later.
16 to hit.
Uh,
With bun.
Okay. Are you going for the one that's nearest, or are you going for the ones behind that?
I'm going to go for the greater concentration area. Because splash damage.
Okay. So, currently, you've got a line of 4 of them.
Yep.
One at the back is just kind of fallen over dead.
Uh-huh.
And then there's 3 left. A line of 1, 2, 3 in a line.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I don't need to hit 4. Because he looks like he's pretty smoked already.
So you're
I
going to
think.
go...
I'm gonna go
assuming
2.
in the middle? Yep. Okay. And that was a what to hit?
16.
On the nose.
Woohoo!
Oh, nice. Nice.
Nice.
So that's 5 points fire damage, 1 persistent fire damage, and 1 splash.
I can't find defensive stance.
Maybe it's just not. Maybe it's not a thing.
I don't think it's...
I don't think it's a thing anymore, no.
Oh,
Oh, never mind.
I'm just looking cool.
You're
There's
in a
there is
defensive
stance
stance.
section, but it mostly is for fighters.
Okay. So, with that, you biff over your glass vial, which end over end for the neck just smashes into the side of this Knoll's sort of armor piece, just straight across all of them. So the one in the middle is there burning like as it's there sort of. So that's one action.
Let's try that again. So that is a... Nope, that's no, that's 14. That doesn't hit.
14. Nope, that one just misses and it just sails down off the other side of the cliff.
You like throwing away your bombs,
One more
don't you?
action.
Duck,
Okay.
duck to avoid retaliation.
So you're basically taking cover behind
Colin
some
Tower.
rock.
Okay,
or
so
something.
how far away are they from me?
So because people were attempting somewhat to be sneaky, the first one is probably about 20 feet from you.
My phone says Instagram's not available in the Play Store.
That seems silly of them, isn't it?
Stupid Android.
What isn't?
Oh, my phone's saying, oh yeah, you can't get Instagram.
Yeah, you can.
It's not showing up on my Play Store at all.
Are you on the global one by any chance? The actual UK one?
I'm on the Guernsey one.
Yeah.
That was my mistake.
Okay, I'm gonna move
Yeah, that'll do it.
20 foot.
Okay, so you're going to go for the one who's nearest you, I take it.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay.
And then double slice.
Okay.
25
That'll hit.
and a 26.
That'll also hit.
And would the 26 be a crit?
No, it wouldn't.
Oh, is their AC higher than 16?
The front one is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bigger one.
Is a natural 20 not a crit anymore?
It
is. Yeah.
unless it's 10 or more.
So it's
less
not. So
than
it's not
DC.
always a crit.
It's not always.
It's just a higher percentage of being a crit.
It's
Yeah.
always a crit. It's always a crit unless their AC is 30 or above.
Oh, okay.
Or 31 or above.
And you have no bonuses.
Yeah.
Oh, maximum damage.
Oh,
Nice.
That would be 24.
Okay. So you rush forwards with both blades and cut them across the front, and this one sort of brings back his starts growling at you.
Okay.
he's angry.
That was all my actions, but as my free action, I'll go, "You're the one at the back!"
Okay.
Well, he turned around, didn't he?
Ah, clever.
Yeah, see? Not just a dumb face.
Okay. So he is going to now swing for you.
Yeah, guess who's at the bottom of the initiative order? That's me.
Does a 26 hit you?
Only just.
I was gonna say that's a crit for me. I'm squishy as fruit.
This is why I'm the most important person. Because I'm the fighter.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that is also a crit on me.
That's not a crit on you.
That'll be 13 damage.
13.
Yep.
He hits hard.
I'll take that.
Take that a bag of
So
chips.
Apparently we're joined by
after
Roman
you've
Reigns there
slashed
for a
across his
second.
front, he takes his scimitar and just swings it across your front,
Punch your ass.
biting into the side of your chest.
Stupid breastplate, stupid locations.
Does a 15 hit you?
No.
Okay.
He flails. And he just does that thing. Ah!
Okay. And
Saber rattling.
he will step around the side of you to get onto your other side.
Has he stepped around so that the back of the cliff is behind him?
No.
Damn it, no Spartan kicking.
No, he's actually stepped round so that he is. So now you are between him and one of the other gnolls.
Oh, okay.
That's actually a clever move.
With that, Garrick.
Right. So, just to clarify, there's the big gnoll.
Yeah.
No, Colintar. And then the other three gnolls.
Okay. So there's currently Colintar. Sorry, Big Gnoll, Colintar. There's a bit of space there. Another gnoll.
Because this is down sort of a narrow-ish walkway,
Yeah,
isn't it?
one
Yeah, we're
just
bottlenecking
past
them.
that. There is currently a total of 3 gnolls, including the big one.
No, okay. Sorry, I thought it was 4 and
Oh yeah,
in
the
total.
fourth one fell over dead
Oh
most of them
yeah,
are
forgot about that.
as he whipped off his hat with a flourish, revealing that he's not really a gnoll.
Oh yes. Well, that kind of throws my plan out the water because otherwise, unless you know he fancies being burnt,
Maybe.
it's like, but you know, I'm gonna try and keep him alive because you know he's the best chance of me surviving. So, yeah, magic missile it is. I'm actually gonna use 3 of my actions.
Okay.
Do magic missiles on the big one. Try and drop him.
Okay.
So that is
An automatic hit because they're magic missiles.
yeah. So plus action for more missiles. So yeah. So that's three missiles that go off.
So 3d4 plus 3?
Yeah. Yeah. D4s. So let's see. 3.
Yep.
5, so 8.
Yep.
And 5, so 13. Fair.
13. Okay.
So it's
Out of the bush, there's a. As three missiles just fly out of the bush and hit him in the back. Bang, bang, bang. He sort of rears up, growling as he's notices that there's more people still coming after him, but still somewhat focused on the guy in front of him.
How many gnolls we got standing still?
3 total.
so quite do that. It's like
Circle kick.
So
why did you not fall over?
So that was all 3 of your actions. So the next gnoll along, the one that you hit and is currently on fire.
Awkward.
Do you remember what the roll was for getting rid of persistent damage?
Oh, I do.
It was an action. You have to an action.
It is an action, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, because I remember if you
What do we roll
spend.
Oh, sorry, what?
Put
Yeah.
out persistent damage. Because I know it's an action.
It takes 1 action.
Because I remember there needed to be a DC of
There's-
something.
Oh
to
yeah,
roll.
you need to roll. You need to roll a flat d20, and it has to beat 15, I think.
Unless you spend an action and it makes it less, if I recall
No,
correctly.
it's 20 unless you spend an action, in which case it's 15.
Okay.
Yes, so he does. So he's there patting it all out, takes one of his actions, and puts himself out. At which point he then steps up to you, because now you are flanked. And with his last action, he is going to swing at you with the battle axe in his hands.
Hurry.
Battle axe.
I'm going to assume a natural 1 for 9 does not hit you,
Correct.
which is
You're
also
going to drop his sword.
his battle axe.
I'm going to take my attack of opportunity because I'm a fighter.
Oh
Critically
yeah.
I'm going to assume that a 22 hits him.
It does.
So he's just like.
He left himself wide open.
And that is 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage.
So you just turn around and go, Neil.
Okay. So after putting himself out and sort of steps forward, swings with his axe, and still sort of feeling the singe and burnt fur on him, he just completely swings wide
Oh, he smells.
and taking the initiative on the fact that he's completely cocked his swing. You jab out and catch him square in the stomach, ripping open part of his gut. He's then growling at you. So that's all 3 of his actions.
I'm surprised he didn't throw his battle axe off the cliff. For a quick fail.
No, it's not a bomb. He likes his battle axe.
So
that would have been funny.
What's that?
22.
the last
Oh, so it
one,
would have been crit fail.
having seen you completely rip up the one in the back with
Well, yeah,
2 thrusts,
I shanked him good.
you shanked him butt good. That one's going to
Shanked him in the butt.
That one's going to step up to you,
Yeah.
and it's going to swing its battle axe at you.
Armour is.
Does a 26 hit you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Little bit. Is your AC 16 or lower?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's play the guessing game. Have fun,
That's-
don't die.
4 points of damage.
No promises.
Yeah, thanks, Days. We'll try.
Yeah, I'm not going to have fun. But I might die.
And on the next one, does a 7 hit you?
No.
Is that more than 10 below your AC?
My AC's 19. So.
Yes, it is.
So that is a critical fail.
That's 2 critical failures. Damn.
It is, yeah.
I can't take another attack of opportunity.
Don't
Take
follow
up my
their
reaction.
example.
And that one is about 15 feet.
I'm gonna try.
No, don't follow their example.
Oh,
I'm gonna try not to.
Okay, good.
So with that utter cock up, it's your go.
Stab him.
And because of his cock up on the on that last attack, I'm going to put him at flat-footed for your first attack.
So minus 2, and you get your sneak attack damage.
Oh, sneak
So
attack.
that's correct.
Okay. 16, so that is 23.
23. That will.
Excuse me. What do I
No.
need for it to be deadly? Just a crit.
It needs to be a crit, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's 2d6. Yeah, not so good. 9.
On damage.
Really nice
Yeah.
to have some space.
Yeah.
Be, like clustered with people. Should do this
Yeah.
more often.
So you thrust your rapier forwards as he's just completely missed on his second swing with his axe, and you just run it straight up into his side. That's one action.
Stabbed him first.
Yeah.
Stabbed him real good.
Where's stab him when you need him?
In the previous playtest.
I still am weirded out by the fact that my bastard swords are piercing damage only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try it again.
Okay.
You know, it should have
So,
been
19.
smashing or
Is that
piercing.
with -5?
No, -5 is 20.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, 21. It's +7 for my rapier.
Okay, but yes, that will hit.
What to hit the next one with?
10.
10 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stab.
Yep. So the first one.
Or maybe only a slash with one.
Okay, so the first one plunges into his side, and the second one you slash across his chest, ripping a large gash in the front. You have one more action.
Move back.
You're going to move back. Okay, so you take
Move back.
take a couple of steps back. It will be Boom's turn next.
Are there any of the gnolls that aren't too close to either of these two?
They are all currently in melee combat. Oh no, sorry. The one that is on him, he stepped back from, so it's not in melee combat. However, it is round the side of the cliff a little bit, so you don't have a clear view on him at the moment, because he had to step up to attack him.
Yeah, too late. I rolled the dice.
That's fine.
Don't think twice.
22 to hit.
22 will hit, yes.
Damn.
Oh.
So that's fine. It would even have hit with the -2 that I was going to give you for the being around the corner, but
3 damage on that one, but he's on fire again.
okay.
With no persistent and splash.
So it's like, I put myself off. Put myself out.
That's not the one that's on fire.
Oh.
But that's fine. So yeah.
The fire is spreading.
So yeah. So you because of where he is, it'll be a -2 to your attack on
Okay.
top of the multi attack. If that's what you're going for.
Okay, 17. 17 to hit.
Yes, that will hit. Just.
Ooh.
And that's 8 damage, another persistent, another splash. Ooh.
Okay. So you throw a couple of your bombs across, and the first one splashes into its side, setting it on fire. The second one actually catches it in the temple as it hits and explodes. And with the damage he'd already taken, he falls over dead and burning.
Oh, well, they're going to changing my plan. I haven't had an idea of doing something, but never mind.
Yeah, boom.
One more action.
Yep.
Okay. Commentar.
Is the boss still up?
He is.
Excellent. He is the one that's gonna get it.
Come up.
Oh, well, actually, no. I could still go with my plan, depending on... This dude is still up.
Does a 24 hit him?
24 hits.
And does a 22 hit him?
22 hits.
He may be dead after this.
He might be. Or if not, he's not going to be feeling very good.
22 points of damage.
Okay.
Still alive?
He is.
Excellent. I'm
okay.
going to then use Twin Parry, which increases my AC.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, again, you slash across him twice with your blades, each one raking across the front of his chest.
Apparently they're piercing damage.
Yeah.
Who knows with a bastard sword these
Who
days?
gives a shit? They're wrong. So, you slash across his front twice, raking across his chest, leaving very large wounds in his front, and growls at you as you assume a parrying stance. At which point, he is still going to go for you. Uh, 26 to hit you.
Yes.
Okay.
This time, only by 1.
There could be only one.
Okay, that's 7 points of slashing damage you take. Oh, no. Apologies. Sorry, it's slightly more. 1 second.
Oh.
Hopefully 8.
10 total.
But that'll do.
That'll do.
Yeah.
For what?
Well, for easy maths.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that'll do for what? I'm unconscious.
You know, I'm 33 hit points currently.
Oh yeah, you've got a lot of hit points.
56.
Big strong boy.
Yeah.
Okay, so 21 this time won't hit you.
Ting 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 ting.
No, actually, he's going to still go for you with the side attack. No, and then 18, right? Okay.
You
so
got lucky once.
the first one, he slashes it straight up across your chest again, and then as he tries to bring it down onto your head twice, you parry it across once and parry it across again with the other blade. At which point... Garrick.
Hooray! Okay, I'm going to do something slightly clever. Only slightly.
only
Why start now?
Yeah, only slightly.
Why start
Okay.
now?
So, I'm going to use one of my actions to command my animal companion. Sorry, familiar. You know, whatever you want to call it.
Your vol.
Yeah, my vole.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so, Bruce, I've got a job for you. What's that? Deliver this to him.
Right.
So then I cast a spell, which is magic weapon
Right, okay, yeah.
to deliver the spell. So that's all of my actions taken, but he still has 2.
And he's going to run up and give it to him, I'm assuming?
Yeah. Yeah, so basically he's just going to scurry along the floors and then boop you on your foot.
Okay. So you're probably used to this, given that you guys, knew each other beforehand. And you see his little bowl run up alongside you and boops you on the back of the boot with his nose.
And for 1 minute, your weapon, weapons, I'm going to assume, is counted as magic. So you get a +1 on your attack roll and +1 on your damage die.
Ooh, awesome.
Okay. And so as he boops you start to feel the hum of magical power in your weapons.
Tinnitus.
What?
Wap, wap, wap.
So, with that, the other gnoll is going to attempt to stab you in the back.
Me?
What a bastard.
Hey, Louis man.
Hello, man.
Hey.
Hello. Well, I say stab you in the back. He's going to attempt to sweep you with his axe, but
Welcome to the sausage party.
And no, we don't mean hot dogs in buns.
Although we should get that.
24.
Actually, I thought there was talk of chicken this week.
No, you messaged about wanting chicken, and so did the DM, and no one brought chicken.
Budget cuts.
Instead, you have Jaffa
that one
cakes.
is a
Close
16.
enough.
Yeah,
that
very
will
good.
also miss.
Aren't a biscuit?
No,
No.
cake.
They are
Cakes.
cakes.
It's
There was
literally
a-
in the name.
No, but there was also a court case.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
I
proves
was
that
trying to
they're
remember
cakes.
the court case because they go hard when they go stale.
Yes, but it was about,
Phrasing?
no, but it was about VAT
Well,
Yeah.
because you don't have to charge VAT on biscuits, but you do on cake because cake is classed as a luxury.
So, with that one attempts to
Sour
swing at you
tampons.
3 times with its axe, and each time you manage to parry it away with your blades.
Yeah.
You're now magical
I'm
blades.
a proficient fighter.
Because I'm assuming that 24, 16, 17 don't hit you.
None of that.
So, Johan,
Mm-hmm.
it is your turn. Top of the initiative.
Right. So how many? Where are my
Oh.
foes?
Yeah, no. So the one in front of you had 2 glass vials smash against the side of its head.
Yep.
Those burst into flames and he killed over dead.
Yep.
So currently there is one that's trying to stab him in the back
In the back.
and
you say?
one trying to stab him in the front.
Okay. How far away?
DP.
Currently 15 feet from you is the nearest one.
How far can I move?
yeah.
Where's my?
Wait, they're trying to Eiffel
I
Tower
believe
you.
your movement should be 25.
Oh right. Okay. In that case, charge.
Okay.
The one that's behind him.
Okay, so you're going to go up to that one.
Yeah.
Hello, friend. Hello, friend.
You're now flanking.
Oh, one.
Oh!
I trip over.
No, not over the cliff.
No,
Easy come, easy go.
That's fine. I'll give you a choice of 2 things from this one.
Yeah.
You
Chat
can
box not
either take a
working.
-2 to your
Oh, that's
AC
good. I was
until
just
your
talking
next
about
turn,
that, and it's not working.
or you can
Don't make
lose
it work.
your last action.
Yeah, I'll lose my last action.
Okay. So with
Don't
that,
make me use
being a
my
little
very
bit off
favourite
balance,
mug to mug you.
as you try the stab, you may not have quite accounted for the fact that a couple of the caltrops are still there, even though the knoll fell off the cliff with the majority of them.
Yeah.
And you manage to right yourself, and you take your last moments just sort of getting back into stance with your.
You've got a
rapier.
T4 between your toes.
Boom.
That'd be boom you.
Boom, yep.
Currently all in melee combat with one of your allies.
Luna, yep. I'm going to start moving towards on the wolf
Okay.
because I never got off a wolf.
We have a wolf in the party?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Lucy's companion.
Okay, so I use my first action to draw my dog slicer.
What about the Velociraptor?
Roll a 13 to miss
Oh yeah, that's
the
not really doing
on the
anything.
first one,
Yes,
They just don't move because they're AFK.
Yeah.
and then 13 to miss on the second one.
Yeah,
So-
both
So
miss.
basically,
I cut you off. I cut you.
Okay.
I will.
So,
oh
you
wait, flanking bonus.
still won't hit.
The first one was a 14, wasn't it? So 16 plus 2 for flanking.
You said 13 and 13.
Did I? Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh well.
No,
Flanking
It'll
make-
takes -2 off him.
But yeah, so you go forwards and you slash twice with your dog slicer and just completely misjudge it.
It's okay. They're not dogs, so
What's a dog slicer exactly?
It's a makeshift halberd made from metal junk.
Oh, okay.
it's a sort of
Quite
short. It's a
collar.
short sort of
Like a
polearm.
shiv.
No,
No.
longer than a shiv.
More than a shiv.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
column time.
I will attack the leader again.
Mhm.
The Weeder is still there.
With the magical
Yes, yeah.
force.
You add +1, don't you?
Yeah, 1+1 to attack and damage.
Does 19 hit him?
On the nose.
Oh, look, I rolled a 5 and it still hits him.
Ah,
I know, but that's higher than a 5, so I'm going to assume that hits.
Yeah, it does.
And you take a total of 11,
Chatbot thinks for streams offline.
19, 21 points of damage. Magical piercing damage.
Okay, so with that one, you just drive it straight down his shoulder, right into the meat of his body, and you feel him shudder slightly and go limp
Okay,
as you pull the blade out and let him slump to the floor.
okay. And you said there was another target on me, yeah?
There is currently one behind you,
I'm
yes.
going to make my second attack
Yep.
against him. And this one will be 17.
That will hit.
I'll have to look into it later.
So, yeah.
And that
so chatbot's
is 12 points damage.
I'll run up to the knoll and go to give him mouth to mouth, but instead of blowing air into him, I will suck it out, literally stealing his last breath out of his lungs,
Wow.
which I will then breathe into a bottle.
Yeah.
And keep.
So is it just the big bossy looking one?
Nope, he's dead.
Him me dead.
So it's
There's
just the other.
one left that is on. It's between these two at the moment.
Is it possible for me to get to him, or is?
I'll scream, "You're the first one!"
You know what? Screw it. Oh no, I was going to say I'll use my dagger, but no, I won't. Yeah, no, I won't. I will use one of my cantrips this
I'll
time.
use the bag of random things.
Have some holy water. No.
You should throw a rowboat on someone with that.
Ah, there we go. You know, good old
Bang,
faithful
heals.
telekinetic projectile.
Was it you or Al who threw a rowboat at someone? with the
Because
bag
I
of
make sure to
random
keep that
things?
one in my prepared list.
Probably out. I
Um,
don't think I've ever done that.
so I need a ranged attack, which is 8.
Covering-
Oh, that's a good one. Does a 25 hit him?
It does.
Yay!
Remember,
That's
it's
not a
-2
crit.
to his AC.
-2. Oh, is that a crit?
I don't think he'd get the flanking bonus.
Oh wait, yeah,
being a
no,
ranged attack.
no,
Oh, is it a
yeah,
ranged
no,
attack?
yeah, it's a ranged
Yeah, I
attack.
thought you were
Ranged
still-
attack.
Yeah, that's true. That's fine. That's fair enough. So it's 1d10 flat, I believe it was. Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, 1d10 flat. Where is... Come on, max damage. Yeah, so I pick up a small pebble. 2.
So amusingly enough, with that strike of this pebble,
Are you kidding me
to
right
his
now?
temple, with the remaining hit points that he has, you cock him in the temple, at which point his body stiffens and he just falls sideways off the side of the cliff dead.
Yay!
Yay! One did fall off the cliff.
Just so you're aware for the future, flat-footed is a condition and it applies to your AC, but does not make any mention of whether that's your AC for melee or ranged. So it just applies to your AC, regardless of source of attack.
Okay,
Oh.
fine.
So, either way, that kills him.
But yeah,
And I still had 1 action left, but, doesn't matter now.
that does put you out of initiative.
He was like, donk. Yeah!
I'm
Yep,
gonna look at the descending body as it hits the floor and go splat and go, it's a travesty.
It takes a little while actually because you're quite high up now.
Okay, what are we doing next?
There's no screaming who's dead before
Right,
he fell off.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go. I'm gonna go before that one even hits the ground. I'm gonna be rifling through their
Pockets.
belongings.
Yep.
Probably a good idea.
Murder
Okay, so currently
hobos!
there is one that is burning, and it's
Okay, we'll leave him till last.
that one's properly starting to cook now because no one made any effort to put it out, and he couldn't because he was dead.
Is eating Knowles classed as
There's the
cannibalism?
first one you
Hey,
killed, and there's the big one.
Right.
Right,
I
big
don't
one.
know.
Big one probably has better stuff.
Okay,
More than likely.
Well,
so the big one has a scimitar
Yeah.
and a composite short bow.
Ooh.
Yeah, dibs.
oh. Damn it. What am I supposed to do when I'm out of bombs?
You could use mine.
Yes, bow. Is it a shot bow?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Short
And
bow
some
made.
arrows.
Thank you.
There are currently 3 less because I shot and killed a manticle.
And
Okay.
some arrows,
How many?
I'm guessing.
Yeah,
17.
there are
Okay.
10.
10.
The other knoll that isn't on fire, the one that he killed first, has a regular short bow, and that one also has 10
Write it as
arrows.
you go, mate, because you're just going to write it in there.
Yeah, it's fine. I cannot use short bows. That's why I have a crossbow.
So, if you want to pick up another short bow, there is another one that you can get.
Okay, and that's got 10 arrows.
That's got 10 arrows.
Is there any coinage?
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I'll just pick up
Precious
one of the other
stones or...
But the sets will still be the same.
Or, valuable art pieces. Just randomly in a sack. Oh, look, the Mona Lisa!
Ah, look at this art by a challenging young artist. Not worth much now, but it will definitely appreciate given time.
no, so there actually is no coin between them. They've got scraps, like remaining tiny pieces of food. It looks like they may have been up here for a little bit, probably hunkering down away from the manticle.
Yep.
And
Who wants a scimitar or an axe?
Can't use either, I'm afraid.
yeah, it's just a bog standard scimitar and a couple of bog standard
Pick them
axes
up.
on the other two.
Fill them, give them a swing, throw them off the cliff.
Hey, we can sell those.
If you want to carry them the whole way.
Yeah, unfortunately, they are going to be a little bit heavy.
Save
Where's your accent?
It's there. I'm talking poshly.
Why?
Save your strength for the stuff we'll find in the mountain.
If their bodies have been finished being looted, I'll pick them up and tip them over.
That is a good idea. I will assist.
Yeah, that's fine.
No
Yeah.
evidence.
There you
Yeah,
go,
see-
tidy pathway.
So
Very good.
together you sort of
They fell,
pick them up
obviously,
or
onto
drag
some
them off to
swords.
the edge of the cliff, just turf them off, just let them fall. It's not particularly difficult, they're not struggling, and between you've got a bit of time.
I kick off any broken glass from my vials I find.
Yep, that's fine.
No
So-
evidence.
So with this, the mountain ledge narrows significantly before coming to an end below an overhanging shelf of rock, but directly to the east a door of solid black stone has been set into the mountainside. At one point the door may have been difficult to notice, but recent damage, as if inflicted by poorly crafted tools, has made the mysterious doorway quite apparent.
Even you'd be able to see it.
Melon!
Melon?
Melon!
Why are you saying melon?
It's Elvish for friend.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sure about that.
I don't know Elvish. You're obviously
look
been more
like
experienced than me.
Doesn't look
Because
like
I'm a
that.
half elf.
You are?
Yeah.
Which half?
Well, not the beard, but the ears. That's why I wear the bandana.
I'm not tall enough to lift his bandana to check.
So,
Right.
what do you do?
We'll just go with it for now.
Right,
Melon!
Yes,
it was a
okay.
star in the mountain.
So this appears to
Yeah.
probably be the back entrance because previously it wasn't obvious, but whatever damage has been inflicted by these tools has made it obvious.
Melon!
I want to do a check of some kind, but I'm struggling to find which one.
What was it you're trying to do?
I want to try and investigate the door, see if I can find out a way that it might open.
Okay.
Perception check.
It's just a perception check.
I was going to say I could try thievery. Start feeling around it, looking for action mechanisms.
But yeah, perception check first. Then.
22.
16 to assist.
Okay.
So yeah, basically I'm like feeling around,
So
see if I can
unfortunately,
find
he's
something.
not very helpful, which does reduce your overall by 2.
Bugger.
Yeah, so then you're just there like, what's that? That's still rock. What about that? That's still rock.
Even with that, having a look around, you look around it and you look at the base and you see some rocks which you move aside a few of the rocks near the base, and there was a latch that was concealed there.
Oh. Yeah, it's like, ooh, I believe I found something.
Melon!
And I'll time it just right so when he finishes his sentence, I pull it.
Okay. Give me 1 moment.
Stop.
You done?
Roll me a reflex save.
Oh crap.
What did you do?
Oh bollocks. Damn you dice!
How about
10.
the door's
Why
going
did
to
you
just
roll
go,
it on the
door's
paper?
go like this.
You muffed it. Roll it on the flat.
So you go, melon! Clunk.
You take 14 points of electricity damage.
Oh!
Ow!
I thought it was going to be falling door damage.
No. As you pull the latch, some kind of arcane trap seems to go off,
Should let me examine first.
and starts to shock you. The door does open,
Oh, it worked.
but yeah, that really hurt.
Yes, it did. Yeah, so yeah, my hair is singed. I've probably got visible smoke, coming off.
I'm sorry. Did I do that?
Well done, dum dum.
No, I think that was me.
Again. Well done, dum dum.
I figured it was the latch for the door. Well, it was, but.
I'm going to pick Garrett up with a big bear hug to try and make him feel
Are
better.
you looking at feet?
And then I'm going to take him over to Eltha and ask her to heal him.
Oh yeah. Hey, Alpha!
Having seen what he's just
Does
done.
anyone have Alpha Sheet?
No, but that is the ranger, so I don't know if she can actually heal.
Ranger.
Yeah, I don't believe she had any way of
In
healing.
which case, we might go with Kiara.
I don't know whose stuff
And
is.
failing that, I'm feeding you to Bitey.
No.
If no one has either of their sheets,
Can I examine the door? Seeing what he's just done,
Well, I'm burning.
avoiding whatever he touched, can I use my thievery skills to try and work out if there is some sort of mechanism for this door?
yeah.
Okay. Okay, that is 19.
Yeah, so
here we go.
by the looks of it, there was on the latch was some kind of arcane rune that went off and shocked him. But the latch itself, when pulled, it appears like it sets off the internal mechanism to however this door opens. You think maybe clockwork would probably be a good guess. You think it sort of starts a clockwork motion of a few cogs and things, which
Just like a Guillermo del Toro film.
kinda,
With his
yeah.
clockwork fetish.
I don't know what you're talking about. There was definitely no Clockwork Knights in the second Hellboy.
What second Hellboy?
What?
What second Hellboy?
Second
So you-
Hellboy was good.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Have
just
you,
the
have you
first one,
found
but it's
the
still good.
sheep have any skin?
Actually, this is Lucy's. I'm just quickly copying the wolf.
Nope. The wolf will not be going in with you.
The big tree.
Lucy and the wolf will be
big
staying
tree
outside.
around
Sorry.
Oh.
Aletha and the
Wait,
wolf,
we'll
as well as
go
Kiara and
for
Bicey, will all be remaining outside. They're going to guard the door while you will go in without them, because the players are not here, and I'm not going to be doing those for you guys.
That's fair.
Yeah. So we're going to rely on you for healing.
Yes, Max.
Yeah, I don't see any healing potions or anything.
Smeeg.
Okay.
So
So unfortunately, as far as we're aware, there is no healing from them.
How bad are you hurt?
Well, I'm not there.
ow.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm like, when we divvy up all the treasure, you remember this. I'm going to throw him a healing potion level 1, because that's all I have.
Ooh.
What are healing potions referred to nowadays?
Level
I know, you've got my
1.
book.
Yeah, I know.
Focus potions.
Oh, yeah, I didn't actually. Is that just 1d6?
Off the top of my head, I don't actually remember.
It's all I's got.
You want to look up the word potion in the index and then flick to that page.
Yeah, that's what
somewhere
I'm
near the beginning.
We'll need you. We need to keep you alive. We need you slinging some of that magic that you did back there.
No, don't worry. I'm sure I'll be fine. Even though I feel a bit crispy. Like I said, it's level. If it's level 1, I think it is like 1. It might be 2. Maybe. Yeah, because if you go into the beginning of the treasure section, it'll have obviously all the.
Yep. Apologies, guys. Just one moment.
Or you
Oh,
could just
elixir
give me a
life.
potion of 10d6 healing, and I'll be fine.
What about me?
Yes.
Elixir.
Roll me 10d6.
If it's
That's
a
how much
l-
damage you'll take.
If it's Elixir of Life Minor, it's 1d6.
It just says healing potion level 1.
I'm going to presume that's Elixir of Life Minor then.
Yeah, because it's item level 1, so it must be.
Yeah.
So 1d6. And I spend a resonance point.
Oh, I see. Focus, not focus. Resonance. Yeah. Resonance potion.
Yeah, because all potions require resonance points.
No,
No, don't
no,
like that mechanic.
it's not an elixir. It's a healing potion, which is 1d8.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, boo, we don't like that mechanic of resonance.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
Fuck resonance.
Well, one's at
The basic idea is great, but I don't like using it for potions. I
How much
don't
Come
do you
on, max
Or,
heat,
or
max
it
heat,
should
max
be used for
heat.
higher level potions.
They're like super potions.
7! Not bad.
That's quite
Oh,
good.
good God.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so
So I'm feeling,
yeah,
feeling
so
a bit
you take
better.
A bit of time, you figure out how the door sort of works.
Yeah.
It's a fairly rudimentary sort of workout, but you generally get the idea.
Lesser.
Yeah.
3d6.
I won't go into full diagram
Yeah.
type things because A, it doesn't actually say, and B, it's
If you are
not relevant.
at maximum hit points when you drink this elixir, you instead gain +2 item bonus to fortitude saves against toxins.
Let me just check that.
Okay, so
So I've opened the door.
so
Thank
Go around
you.
tapping it with
Thank
the
you.
hilt of my dagger.
No worries.
How bad are you hurt?
I'm okay. I'm still alive.
That is true. Let's try an untrained medicine check.
I'm a bit hurt, but I'm alright.
Yeah, you're obviously
I've only
fine.
got medicine
Just
3.
boost.
You got the same medicine as me. We know medicine good.
Yeah, I just rolled a 4, so I had a total of 8. So I was like, yeah, you're clearly fine.
Don't worry. The bleeding's internal. That's where blood should be.
I got a natural 20 on my medicine check. I'm fine.
I only bleed when I take my finger out of this hole. Whoops.
so are you guys stepping in?
Yes.
No, we're letting the rogue go first.
Yeah, okay, yes. I will,
Because we're an experienced adventuring party of idiots.
okay.
Mhm.
Do I have any...
Yeah, rogue goes first.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to light me a torch then.
200
Oh,
feet
wait!
later.
Wait! I have the perfect thing for this.
Okay.
Is it light?
As I'm getting out my torch,
Yeah, it's like, I have a, ever burning torch.
Oh,
Oh, same.
better. Oh, right, awesome.
Okay,
Gives-
so
gives
they each whack out a
Yeah.
burning torch.
So it doesn't, so
I'll
it
light
doesn't.
it.
So it doesn't go out.
Right. Rapier drawn, and let's
Go exploring.
Let's go dungeoneering.
Obviously, the ever-burning torch is a bit large for me, but for you, it's pretty much normal. I'm just there, it's like I'm carrying a flag normally.
I'm going to pick Garrick up and put him on his shoulders again.
I am stealthing
Thank
in
you.
15.
I wish I was
Okay.
still. I wish Luna
Oh
was
yes,
here.
is it? I was going to say, is it dark? But then I was going to say, does it mess with the low light vision quite a bit with the torches?
The torches kind of help to allow you to use your low light vision.
I haven't got low light vision. Actually, I'm the only one without low light vision.
Oh yeah.
But say stepping in, sort of, you can within the sort of torchlight, you still got reasonably good vision.
What's it like in here? Is
So currently, it's a narrow corridor, sort of all made of stone. So as you start stepping forwards, you see a cavern sort of opening to your left, as well as you could keep going forwards, and a little bit further along, the path of the tunnel turns to the right, and you can keep going forwards.
is there any stuff around?
Not that you can see. It all seems fairly sort of barren, except for like a few rocks and things on the floor from where sides of the walls have crumbled.
Okay, but
Would you say it's dim light?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So we are unaffected.
Mm-hmm.
For you, however, because you don't have low light vision, you treat opponents as concealed.
okay,
Damn.
but I'm holding the torch.
If they're in the distance.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah. If they're further than that, they're considered concealed.
I'm going to gesture the others forward.
Okay. So
And I'm sneaking around. Well, I can't really be that stealthy.
So
Well, I can be
essentially-
stealthy with the torch. I can be quiet, but I can't obviously
So
hide
essentially-
myself.
that is the corridor you're in, and you've just reached there.
Here.
He
Yeah,
hides
okay.
himself from the
So you
torch.
can either go down into the little downwards bit here, or you can go forwards and right, or keep going forwards entirely.
Right. Which way?
Left, right, or forwards.
I presume I
essentially.
can make
Let's
those.
put it down to the group.
Left.
No.
Left.
They're at a level 4.
No, because it's not in level 4. I don't believe you can.
Left.
Okay, so I'll just make minus.
Okay, so you're
It'll
going
be
to
as
go
good
down
as
to the
place
left.
as any.
Okay. So, this large cavern seems to have been dedicated to the ideals of water and earth. A set of rough natural stairs leads down from the main passage into the statual chamber. Holes piercing the walls of the cave allow rivulets of water to filter into this room, flooding the floor. Several flat-topped stones project above the water.
Stepping.
Shrinky.
Oh.
So,
Tastes like
it
honey.
appears
Tastes like honey.
that the water
Look
doesn't
to
appear
mine.
to be horrifically deep, but it still looks like you'd have to swim across this
3.
water.
But there's the stepping stones.
More or less, yeah. So I'll just quickly
now
go back across
20
to
hit
it to
points
show
down.
you.
Eat something.
So that's kind of what this room
Oh, okay, like that.
shape-wise is like. So there are a
Right.
few stones sort of in the water for like that you could stand on.
Who's only good at swimming?
Yes.
Oh wait, that'll be based off athletics, I believe.
Is that athletics?
I believe so.
Yes.
Then if that's the case, then not really.
Yes.
Who wants to swim around and see what's going
Yeah.
on? No point.
But,
Okay,
yeah,
right.
so
You hurt.
I am still hurt, but I believe we can be fine. How many of those healing potions
So-
can you make?
could people please roll me a perception?
Thank you. I will do that.
12.
Yeah.
13.
22.
21.
So one is that 1d8? D6. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is you hurt? You hurt?
A little bit.
So it isn't particularly hard.
Oh, what's that?
Anyone who got above a 15,
Yeah. What level?
D6.
1.
D6.
D6.
yeah, anyone who got above a 15,
Nope.
Better than that.
on one of the
Cheers.
sort of rock platforms, you can see what looks like a stone jackal. In the water, you can also see what looks like a fish made out of foam and water. but you can see it in the water because the foam kind of highlights its shape.
Guys, there appears to be a fish in the water.
Is there?
Yes. Look there. See where the foam is.
Oh yeah, the fishy.
Can we actually get a good like a good idea what even the fish looks like, or is it just because it's covered in sort of foam we can't really tell at the moment?
You can see that it doesn't appear to be your typical solid fish. Like, it's not shimmering like a normal fish would. The fish itself, you can mainly only see the form because it's. You can mainly only see the form because it's surrounded and partially made out of foam.
Okay.
So it looks like it's made of water and foam.
One thing I want to do, I want to take one of my copper pieces.
Okay.
I want to just dip it in the water.
Okay.
And then bring it out, and then look at it and see if it's corroding.
No, it gets wet.
No. Okay. Good. Right. I wasn't sure if it was going to be like acidic or caustic water.
No,
that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, it just, from what you can tell, it just seems like normal water.
Don't look at that fish.
No.
It doesn't look right.
He's a fish.
So we're not having fish for dinner?
Want me to go get it?
Right. Do you want,
Hold by, big guy.
do you want me to go in?
Hang on. My crossbow is out. So.
If only we had a ranger who knew about animals.
Yeah, certainly.
We left her at the entrance.
I'm gonna fire at it and see what it does.
Okay.
What are you firing with?
My light crossbow.
Oh, right.
You're perched on my shoulders.
Yeah. Alright, let's see if I can hit the thing.
If I stand on one leg, it's a 1 in a million shot.
Oh, wow, this is good. Does a 22 hit it?
It does, yes.
You always make it. You always make 1 in a million shots.
So,
It's 1 out of 10 times accurate.
1d8.
Everyone knows that the one time you've got to make a million shot, you'll make it.
2 points of damage.
60% of the time?
Piercing,
It's 100% of the time.
Oh, bugger.
Okay.
Guards.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
One of the best bits.
Yes.
Well, it's close, but it takes
Yeah, so it's like
900,000 in one.
Or sploosh, whatever, is the fish made of foam.
Donkey sploosh.
Okay. If everybody could roll me initiative.
I knew it.
What did you do?
Crab people!
Well, I rolled a 20, so the rest of my rolls are going to be shite.
I got 13.
19.
24.
Crab people.
Why do I get the feeling I'm going to be last?
You are going to be last.
Because, 12.
Aren't you going to look red when they come out as lobsters?
But they look red.
Only
No,
if they're
lobsters
dead.
are grey.
Or
But
blue.
they's red.
They're
No,
blue.
don't you live near the sea?
They're blue.
Yeah.
No, they're sort of blue-black colour.
They look like they've been beaten up.
Unless it's a rock lobster and there's a reddish-brown.
Yeah, then it's red.
A rock lobster?
Blue black like we're all wearing.
Okay, so who had the highest then? I think it was a 19 was the highest.
No,
24.
24.
Sorry, 24. Okay, so
I rolled a nat 20 on that.
Then,
I'm like,
definitely
then
ah.
19.
The rest of my rolls are going to be shite.
so Contar 19.
And the next highest was 13.
Okay, so that was.
A rock lobster.
And then the next highest was whatever Merlin got.
12.
Yeah, 12. Because I'm epic.
Garrick. Okay. So how much damage did you use? Sorry, it was 2.
2, yeah. I grazed it.
Okay, so with that, with surprising speed,
Uh-oh.
the strange watery fish thing starts moving towards you guys.
Starting to think that probably weren't the fish, it was like some antenna on
It's
some big
okay, because
nasty
fishes
monster
stay
thingy.
in water, and we're on the shore, so we're fine.
Depends on what sort of fish it is.
What if it's a monster that uses a fake fishy antenna thingy?
Don't look like a normal fish.
I know if two more of those.
Good.
And also,
Just be ready.
Okay, what am I ready for?
To fight!
can't you see? We're rolling initiative.
Don't you see those dice rolling in front of us?
I'm not a roll of initiative. I'm just perceiving things.
Oh
This is how
no!
quick you perceive. Oh, look, it's moving.
Oh no! We're metagaming.
No, there's no such thing as initiative anymore.
Hit you.
What?
So the what hit him?
32.
How about a crit? That definitely crits me. In fact,
Jesus.
that is almost a double crit.
Was you really?
13.
Oh, good God, it almost is.
Yeah.
That's 24 points of damage
Oh!
as it flings this wave of water that just slaps you in the face. Just huge wave of water comes out of the water and just hits you from about 10 feet away.
Okay. With that, I get launched off his shoulder because I slump over. I am dying.
Okay. So Garrick is currently under the dying condition.
As I splat on the floor.
Ugh. I always wanted a bath.
And with that, it is Boom's turn.
Stay calm, Boom. Stay calm.
Okay, what are you doing?
Bomb.
What kind?
Acid.
Ah, so I was going to say, it's like, do you have something other than fire?
Yes!
Explosive.
21 to hit.
Sorry?
21 to hit.
Yeah. Hits.
I would hope that you label them as well. Yeah, take this! 1d8 curing. Fuck!
I can't do healing bombs. What kind of terrorist does healing bombs? I mean, perfectly legitimate citizen.
Political activist.
Yes, that's it. Political activist. Okay, so that's 5 points of acid damage, 1 splash, 1 resistant.
Okay.
And now we can walk away because he's going to die.
Heavy, man.
The persistent damage doesn't seem to have a lot of effect. It is in a very large body of water at the moment.
I know.
So,
But if I can pollute its ocean, even better.
yeah, the persistence doesn't seem to stick, and you're not sure where the flow is going, but there is a constant flow of water.
I don't care as long as the pH balance is fucked.
It will die slowly over generations.
You will die eventually.
One action.
Don't worry, Days. I'm going to try not to die.
Oh, shite.
I can resist.
A 12.
No, misses.
Yep, I figured. oh, I
Flop.
moved.
Okay, yeah. Anything else?
Oh, yeah.
So you move to Garrick.
Yep.
Okay. Kollontar.
Yep.
So you've caught some of the splash of the water, so you're a little bit damp of face. But essentially, what amounts to like a jet wave of water just hit him in the face, and he's fallen off of your shoulders.
No, it's okay. Garrett falls off, but he bounces right back.
Not this time.
It's all good. I can't heal him.
So
All I can do is avenge him.
Yep.
Avenge
So,
me!
Vengeance.
the elemental is 10 feet forwards in the water.
Oh, that's
Wait,
what it is.
elemental.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's not a fish.
I thought so.
What is it?
It's an elemental.
But, we don't know this. We just know
so
this
it's 10
out of
feet
character.
forward in the water.
It is in the water, yes.
Okay. Can I walk into the water? I don't know.
Give it a hug.
You
I don't know
certainly
if it's like a
can.
gentle shore or if it's a steep drop or.
So, once you step forwards, are you actually stepping into the water then?
Well, I was waiting for a description of how the shore looked. Before I did anything, I did make a 21 perception check, which told me there's a fish over there.
Currently, you've got the edge of the earth there,
Yeah,
with the water there.
yeah.
Can't really see very deep in it in the light.
Even with the ever-burning torch right next to me.
Mm.
This is all good.
The ever-burning torch, does it burn underwater?
Yes,
Yes.
it's ever-burning.
Yeah.
No, but ever-burning could just mean that it burns until
No,
it's
it
put
No.
out.
effectively means it's.
Yeah, it is a magical torch.
It's a wibble torch.
Yeah.
Horrible torch, okay.
In darkest day, in
And
blackest
also,
night.
the ever-burning part is a misnomer. It just burns really long.
In darkest day, in blackest night.
So it's 10 feet away.
The elemental is, yeah.
Okay, I will wade into the water.
Okay, so you step in and you realise that the water is about 15 foot deep.
Yeah.
It's calm water, but I need an athletics check.
Glob. I will avenge him. Dies.
25.
Yeah, you're absolutely fine. You're having no issue swimming.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
What's up?
Double stab! Does a 20... Is your thingy still running?
It was a minute from when we were, so I'm going to
minute,
assume it's going to be been
No,
longer.
long
than that.
smack.
Because you guys took time biffing bodies off and things, then that would have gone.
Does a 29 hit it?
It does, yes.
Does it cause a crit?
No, it doesn't. And it's immune to criticals anyway.
Oh, is it?
Elemental.
Oh yeah, little bastards.
We're back to having things being immune to crits rather than in 5th edition where everything gets critted.
Oh, so wait, if it's immune to crits, so does that mean no sneak attack damage either?
Well, it means I can't deadly it.
Okay, it can eat a tasty 34 points of damage.
Wow.
Okay.
That is a tasty 34
Okay.
points of damage.
So you get into the water, a little bit of a splash. Realise it's deeper than you could see because you couldn't see to the bottom. And with the fact that swimming isn't too difficult, mostly keeping off with your legs, you slash across the front of this elemental, and you're pretty sure you've done some damage.
Some water goes flying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everywhere.
Mother flipper hurt,
That
Garrick!
is all of your actions.
That's all of my actions.
Okay, Johan.
Right, grab the little wizard.
Yep.
And sort of get out
Okay.
because I've got nothing that can hurt this thing.
Okay.
What am I going to
so-
do? Poke holes in the water with my rapier.
Two bastard swords that do piercing damage.
I'm going to go ahead and say that that's going to put you to encumbered, so you can't move very quickly at all with that.
No,
Top of my head.
and I don't have much medicine, but I figured let's get him out of here.
It is very quick.
Probably a good idea, because then all it'll need is, just for it to go boom. Hey look, you've gone one stage up the dying track. No!
Wow, that's what I was looking up. Dying track for you.
Decrease speed by 10 feet.
So 15 feet then.
Yeah, so you are fully encumbered.
It's
He's
just
only little.
yeah. I'm not even that strong, so I'm really weedy.
Okay, yeah, but I'm dragging him away.
Yep.
To relative safety.
How many resting?
Okay, so you
And
drag
then-
him 15 feet.
Enough.
And then I'm going
Okay.
to medicine him.
Oh yeah, I've definitely got.
Not that I can medicine very well, but hey.
Okay.
Oh,
Quick, he needs a tracheostomy. I just killed him.
I got a crit.
He's dead.
Oh,
That's what he's telling you.
oh.
Do you roll a 1?
You roll a
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, he's dead. As far as you're concerned, you reckon he's dead.
Bugger.
So have you just dunked his body?
Yeah.
So that's one turn to
Hey,
grab
look
him.
at this way. At least he didn't run to his
One turn to move
pockets.
Yeah, but I'll run for his pockets later. There's this monster to be dealt with.
See?
But yeah, so that's one turn to grab him, one turn to move him, one turn to medicine him.
Yeah.
I think he said. So that will be your turn. You can draw the weapon
Yeah.
as well. It's fine.
So very true, great failure.
So the stone jackal looking thing.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
forgot
no.
about that.
They're going to be golems, aren't they? We're screwed.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I just assumed that was a
Stone
statue.
what?
The stone jackal looking thing.
Okay.
That appears to sink into the ground.
Oh. Wait. If it needs a sacrifice, then clearly I'm it.
If only we had
Which
some kind of
means-
druid or ranger in the party, they could have told us this would have been a bad idea.
Maybe some healing.
So yeah, it sinks into the ground, and you. By the end of its turn, you still can't see it.
Oh,
Garrick,
God.
you're dying.
Cool. What do I roll?
So you need the DC of the spell or ability that dropped you.
So that was the
Functionally.
slap.
That functionally just counts as an attack. So I believe that goes down to its class DC at that point.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Class DC. So
And is it just a flat con save or is it
Nope.
fort save?
flat dice roll, I think.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have a DC, so it's an attack roll. Use the attacker's class DC.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Class DC usually includes the key ability.
So basically, I roll and then you tell me if I pass or fail.
Mhm.
Okay, come on, dice, don't fail me now.
Yeah, I'm failing you.
18.
You succeed.
Yay! I'm just flat unconscious.
Okay, no, that puts you to 1 hit point.
Oh, 1 hit point.
Well,
Ooh.
unconscious, I think, still.
No, you're conscious.
Oh, okay.
You gain 1 hit point, so you go up to 1 hit point. You still have the dying 1 condition.
Okay.
At the end of your turn, next turn, your dying 1 condition will reduce down to
0.
0.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but that's fine.
But that is pretty much your turn.
Yeah. So pretty much at that point, I probably start breathing.
More or less, yeah.
You still get 2 actions this turn.
I do.
Yep. You
I thought
become
that happened at the
conscious
end
and
of
can
the turn.
take your turn normally, although
Oh,
you
okay.
lose 1 action this turn. So in
Okay.
most cases, you can only take 2
Okay,
actions.
so you do have 2 actions.
Oh. So with that, I'm just go with
Zombie.
It's like, I look, I see what's going on. It's like,
And you think, fuck this, and you just drop down again.
I know.
Give up. Die.
It was a better life.
I know. Play dead.
Maybe I'll have more luck in the next one, in the next life. All the demons go, "Whoa," grab his soul. Ah, no, the real. I should have had that.
no, it's not going to work.
So yeah, you can either put it down to Daisy's moral support saved you, or my ability to read the rules.
Oh yeah, but testing the dying
But
rules always
apparently,
good.
either way, I'm mean.
Screw it. It's 2 actions anyway.
I think for that I will eat the rest of the Jaffa cakes.
Yeah, so it's like,
I saw you.
Very
I
good.
read them.
yeah. So I'm literally just going
I
to
know where they
exclaim,
are.
There you go.
bastard, for a pebble at you.
Roll attack.
Yeah.
Spell
So
attack.
yeah, spell attack, telekinetic, a projectile.
Yep, so roll to telekinetically projectile it.
That wasn't a
You
1.
suck, Merlan!
Yeah, that wasn't a 1. I don't know what you're talking about. That's not a 1.
Arthur.
Just ignore that.
What was that for?
That's going to be a crit fail to throw a pebble at the elemental.
You're going to stick up your
Ow!
Yeah, Kolentar, you take 1 point of damage to the back of the head.
Son of a...
It was
As
clearly
this-
the elemental.
As this pebble just smacks you in the back of the head, and you just it's really quite uncomfortably painful.
Ow! Boom! Not me!
Not cool, man!
Why was it me? Are you on fire?
I'm just going to
Or
stay.
burning with
I'm
acid?
just staying silent. I'm just because I'm just basically sat up and just like.
Okay. Did it hurt you? Did it hurt a little or not?
So back to the
Not
water
me then.
elemental.
Back from the dead.
Renegade Master, D4 times the people.
Once again with ill behaviour.
Does 18 hit you?
I mean, no, I'm the Renegade Master, I'm the rogue.
Yeah.
So seeing as what knocked him off your shoulders was a similar movement from this creature, you shift slightly in the water and a wave of this water flies past you.
Oh, yep.
Water park.
I don't want more baths!
You're already in the water.
Irony!
The water around this fish starts to become a little bit more problematic.
Uh-oh.
Another fisher.
Roll me an athletics check.
Another one. 26?
Yep, you're fine. So you aren't forcibly pulled
Okay,
towards it further.
good.
It is next to you, but still.
Yeah, that would be weird. Get in my square.
Boom.
Have you ever heard about personal space?
Boom.
No, at this point I'm up. It's like, nah, resonance point.
Yeah, dental floss.
Yep, and 1d16.
6! Yay!
Good boy.
So I'm definitely
So
not
that's
dying
free.
1.
You're on
That's
7.
Cool. Colin,
Moving, making, forcing him to drink.
My turn.
yes.
Captain Study.
Oh, Captain Stabby. I thought you were saying Captain Study. It's like, what are you going to suddenly do? It's
Roll
like,
to stab it.
this is not a
33?
fish after all.
That will hit.
Definitely
Yeah,
taking
he's
33 then. Okay, so that's a hit, but no crit.
Sorry.
20
Doesn't
points
sound like you
damage.
need it really anyway, so.
Yeah, but it's nice to crit things.
Yeah, well, these things are telling you no.
Bastards.
Is that everything?
20 points damage, and I will then do somehow in the water parry defense.
Okay.
Butterfly.
Let's try to let's hit the big watery thing.
Okay, so to get within melee range, you have to go into the water, which, having seen him within the sphere of light from your torch, when he stepped forward, he went straight down, and he's currently swimming. He's clearly swimming in the water. The water also appears to be fairly difficult to keep afloat in at this point because of the swirling water.
Yeah, bow.
Yep, that's
what are the stats of a composite short bow? I do not have that because I just picked it up.
Well, yeah, it's so there's my short bow.
Yeah.
And then add on your strength bonus, I would guess, to damage.
Is it? It's not finesse, is it? No.
No.
It is finesse. It is dex to attack because it's a ranged weapon.
Okay.
Let me be proud of you, Merlan. Throwing stones at
So
allies.
so 7's my base attack rating.
So
It's what I'm good at.
Yeah.
It's a short
7.
bow.
Yeah. And damage composite will be
1d6,
1d6.
and then it's plus your strength bonus.
Okay.
So under other damage, put plus 2.
This weird fish thing has pissed me off.
That'd be
It's
easy
in the
enough.
middle.
I can look it up in the meantime.
Right. Let's shoot it.
Okay.
Oh wait, characters don't know that. Never mind.
Yeah, no.
Yay!
A composite short bow is still d6. It has
Okay.
propulsive, which the regular one doesn't.
Right, 23. What does propulsive do?
Just looking
Goes
that up
further.
now.
I think it adds your strength or something.
You add half your strength modifier to damage rolls, as long as your strength modifier is not negative.
Okay.
If you have a negative strength modifier, you add full. But yeah, that 23
so
will
plus 1 damage. Then.
Plus 1, okay. Yeah, 23, and so the damage is d6 plus 1. 5.
Okay.
And again.
Yeah, so you can make another attack. -5 for multi-attack.
Oh, yeah, so that's 26. So 21.
That will still hit.
2.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't give you flat-footed. It's just me in here.
So you moved up to the edge of the water and 2 attacks. Yep. So okay. So now the stone jackal rises up out of the floor next to you.
Oh, bitch.
Okay.
And
If it was me, I could have taken an attack opportunity.
But you're in the water.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, anytime it makes a maneuver-based ability, I get an attack opportunity against it. So I don't know if its water sucky thing had the maneuver trait. Because I checked what attack of opportunity does now.
Yes, I can. And I've got
Nope.
denied
It
advantage, which means that
It doesn't.
Okay, that's fine.
I think it doesn't denied advantage mean that I'm never flat-footed and can try to surprise me.
Functionally,
you're
you can't
shit at
be,
birthday
like,
parties,
flanked,
aren't you?
and you can't be.
I'm never surprised.
It means you won't ever take the -2 for being flat-footed.
Oh, okay.
Essentially.
Yeah.
It's a good
It's
thing.
still going to attempt to wallop you though.
Oh
15 to hit.
no! 19.
Okay, and it will attempt one more. Nope. Because a 13 also doesn't hit.
No.
That's only for creatures of your level or lower
Okay.
that you deny advantage to.
That's fine. It will still apply, but it swings with its fists at you and just misses both.
Crap.
Garrett.
Right.
So stone jackal just appeared out of the ground and swung for him and missed.
Shit. Okay. Annoyingly, I'm not going to get up because that will require an action.
Okay.
Because I need all of my actions at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Colandar, this is probably going to hurt. So not only am I doing a heightened, shocking grasp, which makes it a second level spell, I'm also going to use one of my class features, feats even, to do reach spell on it to make it 30 foot.
Lucy loves these.
Which means it adds 1 action, so it's
Lucy
3
loves them,
actions
they're like
total to cast the spell.
Okay, so is it a line or a cone?
It will be a
shocking touch is a touch.
Yeah.
Fake bubblegum tastes different to fake bubblegum on
yeah.
jam.
So effectively, it changes it from a melee touch to a ranged touch.
Yeah. Do you remember how
Okay,
I was
fine.
doing my chilled touch
Yeah.
kisses? That's exactly what he's doing with this.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. So because it's technically a level 2 spell, as long as I hit, it's going to do even more
Roll
damage.
one flat surface.
Please, this is +8 to this.
And this is against touch.
Yes, 18.
Misses. So you summon up the magical power.
Sad.
And unfortunately, you project the spell forwards, and it just doesn't take.
Yeah, so I probably just guess. Yeah, so you just basically just see like like a large crackling lightning just zap, zap just past it. It's like, ah!
Hey Lucy, look what I'm probably going to be going by the time that you get back.
So,
So are the Jaffa cakes.
No.
with that, 28 to hit you from the water elemental.
Yeah, hits me.
Okay.
No.
That's
Okay.
18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mega pain.
That sounds like a lot of pain.
As
So we've got a big watery thing and a big stone
serious
thing.
hydraulic push of water that just slaps you in the face this time.
How am I going to a stone thing? Still up.
Yeah. I was hoping to have
And
hit this
it's
thing with a
going-
load of
I reckon
damage.
cheese.
It is then going to move backwards in the water.
Bastard.
Okay, so it's moving away from me.
Yes.
I will take my attack of opportunity.
Okay.
I was going to say, that's what you just need it to be a crit.
27 hit it. I can't crit it.
It's immune to critical hits. You
Mhm.
can't crit it.
I don't care.
Maximum
I
damage,
refuse.
14.
Can I crit it?
Is it still
No,
alive?
you can't.
Okay. As it starts to move back, you instinctively slash up with your blade, slicing through the water. At which point, something seems to shift, and the water just sort of peters out around the side of the blade, and a gem appears.
Ooh.
Where it sort of dies.
Smash it!
It's a Chaos
Oh,
Emerald!
Sonic time!
Oh, maybe it's like that thing in the multi-headed monster in the last episode of One Punch Man.
Oh.
Never watched
Never watched it.
Yeah.
One Punch!
Gotta find the gem.
So yes.
It's quite good.
Boom. It is your turn.
It just makes fun of the.
Merlin Pappy.
Boom. It's your
Yep,
turn.
sorry.
One Punch Man is fun. It just
Okay.
makes fun of.
Gonna run up and try and hit the.
Like the ridiculous escalation in sort of
Well,
power.
I'll
Run
for
up, draw my dog
superheroes
slicer,
and
try and hit
Oh,
the
right.
statuary thingy.
Yep,
Basically,
go for it.
One Punch Man. He's a regular guy.
16?
Sight
Nope,
of
sorry. Nope, wrong stat.
One thing
12.
is that he's going to train
No,
and,
that'll miss.
to fend off the monsters that keep appearing everywhere.
Okay, you have one more action.
It's not
So he
moving!
uses
How
training
the
regime.
fuck? No, I don't.
He runs 10
You
kilometers a day.
move,
does
draw,
1,000
hit.
push-ups,
Okay.
1,000 sit-ups,
Yeah.
1,000
Colin
squats.
It's not moving! How
Every
did I
day for
fail?
3
I'm going to
years.
swim back to the
I
shore.
don't know.
Okay, so you actually never went away from the shore. You're in the water next to the
Oh.
side.
Alright,
So
climb out.
okay, so to climb out, you need to make me a athletics check.
Yeah, you need to make me an Arcana check.
Natural 20, 28.
Ooh.
Oh, you literally probably just go.
Maybe.
One
Like a
hand.
dolphin!
Or a salmon.
Yeah, you vault up, and with the momentum, I will give you a +1 to your next attack.
I'm going to then attack the stone thing
Yep, go for it.
with my last
Crunch.
Diving out the water.
Does a... You gave me a +1.
I did, yes.
27 hit.
It does, yes.
Is it a crit?
Nope, it is also.
Immune?
Immune to crits.
It is also immune to criticals.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew it. It's a fucking statue.
Not quite.
22 points of damage.
Okay. And that's your turn.
That's all of my
Okay.
actions.
With you striking it,
Quang.
it crumbles, and
Turns into 5 small
the
ones.
rocks disappear into the ground.
Does that count as a maneuver?
No, but it
Does it count moving?
no.
How can it not count as moving?
This does not trigger reactions.
Ah, it specifies that. No, okay.
My one special ability, which makes me like a a regular Pathfinder character.
You're just there like,
Besides which, you've used your reaction for this turn on the water elemental.
Clue? Yeah, I don't know where the initiative order is. So yeah.
Water elemental's at the top.
Oh, is it at the
Or
top?
was at the top.
Oh,
It then died.
In which case, yes,
he's at the
I've
top.
used my reaction.
damn, you just got rules, Lloyd.
I'm quite happy. As I said, I don't know where the thing is in the order. So.
Okay. But yeah, so
As I'm sat on the floor.
it's currently your turn.
Right.
It has disappeared into the ground.
Okay. And the water elemental's gone.
I killed it because it hurt Garrick. See, look, I told you you'd bounce
And
back.
there's a gem in the basin. You say.
Yes, so in the water,
died.
probably about 15 feet out at this point, there is currently a gem.
Bye, bye.
Shiny. Can I swim in all this armour? It's only studded leather.
You can swim a lot better than I can.
Yeah.
Definitely
I
can.
got penalties.
Yeah. Shiny.
Okay, so you're going to move into the water.
Yep.
I need a athletics check from you.
1, you just sink like a
17.
stone.
You're fine. You're swimming with no issue.
That's a-
But yeah, so with that, you can
This
swim
what
over to
swimming
where
is?
the gem is. Yeah. Grab the gem. Yep.
Yeah. And get onto one of the little island things.
Okay. It would be quicker to swim back to the side you've
Okay.
already
Oh, it's that
come
big.
from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go back and then look at my gem.
Okay.
And then lick it.
So I'll get back to you in a moment.
Mine now.
So with that,
from the party members.
so with that,
I need to show it way
It
up
hasn't
there,
got to
Morty.
my turn yet, so.
nope.
I need to show
So,
it way
with
up
that-
there, Morty.
Oh, it's got to fucking hit me and then kill me again, isn't it?
So rising up behind you is the stone jackal.
Good luck, and I pretend to work for a bit. Awesome!
Does
Pretend to work your
19
heart
hit
out.
you?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Does. Okay. That's 8 points of bludgeoning damage as its fist collides with the back of your head.
Sneaky bastard, it's trying to
shooting
be a rouge! Cheap shot!
And does a 17 hit you?
Yes.
And with its second attack, you take a further 9 points of bludgeoning damage as its other fist collides with the back of your head as well. Just these huge, arcing, swinging rock hits to the back of the head.
How much was that in total?
So it was 8 and 9.
This thing has been watching too much Rocky.
Your
Don't
turn.
let this pencil disappear.
Right. Okay. I'm going to stand up. So one action. And my thinking on this, it's rock.
Okay.
You know, rock doesn't like acid.
Well,
So acid splash.
it depends. I think it depends on the silica content of the rock.
Well, you know, I'm gonna go with this one. So range touch attack.
Okay.
We will destroy all the pH levels. Marlan,
Just roll
are you
one.
fucking serious?
No.
Marlan?
Oh, you suck, Merlin.
Have I just hit you with an acid splash?
Yes, you burnt his face.
Are you fucking serious, bud?
Yeah. And you know, yeah. Why did I
Sure,
only
good
plus
call.
4? Oh, is it one?
Okay. So you don't hit any of them with it. It just flies off to the side and splashes down in the water.
We're not trying to affect the pH level of water anymore.
Anything else?
That's all my actions. Because standing up was 1, and then that spell was 2. So,
Boom. Top of the initiative
It's
round.
like,
Your turn.
Boom, 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 boom.
run
Okay.
away.
Does a 22 hit?
It does.
Oh, whoops, wrong one.
So 4 points of acid damage, 1 persistent, 1 splash, and does a. That's not going to hit it. Does a 13 hit it?
No.
Okay.
Yep, so you wing a couple of vials. The first one hits it, but overcompensating with the second one, it just sails past and also falls into the water.
Man, our pH levels are going to be really bad.
Collintar.
You know, all marine life will be shot.
Is it within 25 feet of me?
Yes, but he is between you and it.
Well, my first action was to move away.
Sorry. So yes,
Okay.
you have a direct line to it as well now.
Yep. Charge it. Double stab it.
Okay.
I'm not going to try and stay next to something that just hunted me in the head twice.
22. Best
Yeah,
roll.
like a little bastard.
$18 points damage.
Okay. So with this slice, rather than crumbling, it actually shatters. So as it shatters and the pieces of rock start to fall down, they all then come back together and form another gem.
I weakened it.
You're out of initiative now. On closer inspection of these gems, they do appear to have some kind of rune on them.
Go
Nah. Yep.
I don't feel so good.
Nah. Hang
I
on.
think I got swimmers here.
Watch out
Medicine
for
of
Veruca gnomes.
13?
13.
What?
Watch out for Veruca gnomes if you've been suing.
Yeah, so medicine of 13 to have a look at you.
You the Veruca gnome?
I have 13 hit points left out of 56.
Ah, yeah. Could he get some healing?
Remember, where people do bathe together, so the Veruca gnome doth make his lair.
Can I? Yeah.
I still don't feel very well.
Sorry, Veruca!
No, neither do I, but I'm going to make sure I stay out of combat this time. Are you sure? Thank you. Right, can I have a look at those gems?
You can have a look. If it's worth anything, it's mine. Oh, it's fine, got it.
I know, it's just so we can, identify what it is. Because I can take 10 on any Arcana check because of my... Where is it? Yeah, my assurance feat, which is specifically in Arcana. So basically, I can take 10 on it,
You can have a look at the gem what I found.
which is a 19.
Okay. Give it just 1 moment.
Yeah, so I'm just going. It's magical. It's a gem. That's all I have for you so far.
Use a springhead.
No, I can't take that. I can't understand that from Arcana.
No, use a springhead. Anyone can understand that.
Not entirely sure.
Oh. Oh.
It is some kind of gem. At best guess, you'd think it has something to do with elementals, but you're not entirely sure.
Yeah, so,
Eric, is you done yet? It's taken forever.
well, I can't quite decide. It looks like it could be something to do with elementals, but
No shite, Sherlock.
Okay, so what do you guys do?
yes, I don't know. I hold it out for Johan to take back.
Johan. So he's handing you the watery gem back. So that one is clearly blue, and it kind of looks like water inside a crystal as you're looking at it. The other one is a sort of black colour, and it looks like there's rock shifting inside it.
So, what is it exactly?
Unfortunately, I can't really identify it properly.
All of my martial training tells me it's not a weapon.
Anything can be a weapon.
Or a piece of armour.
I mean, by assumption, if the fact that these things have dropped them, I'm going to assume that we may need them to insert in something, maybe.
Okay.
Why are you always trying to insert things
I'll
in
put
me?
it in my pouch.
I'm not
for
trying to
later
insert
for,
anything
for
in
later
you.
use.
Okay.
Hang on, I just had an inspirational thought.
maybe.
That's a big word for you.
Yeah, shut up. Okay, so we've got a watery one, an earthy one. Isn't there 4 elements?
Five if you
is.
believe that love is one.
Yeah, no. I'm a man of science. So that's just dopamine. So we got so there's probably fire and air left.
What's dopamine?
At the very least, yes. It depends on what other elements they class
People
as
call
elements.
me a dope. Does that mean I'm dopamine?
Everyone usually believes that the 4 are a
You've got it
universal
inside
truth,
you.
right?
Yes.
Got
The
dopamine.
universal 4.
I have a feeling
Makes you a dope.
we're going to have to fight 2 more.
Boom.
Yeah.
Apparently I have dope inside me. Does that make me dopamine?
Dopamine is a thing your brain makes. Maybe. Not quite sure on your brain. Moving on.
So, what do you guys do?
Yes, was it Chassis was saying before that we can perhaps just try and power through it if we can.
Alright.
Although I do need to take a break for a pee. So I'll be right back. Yes, that's right. Sharing with the world. I need the toilet too.
So, are you trying
Let's
to...
trash talk Merlin while he goes to the toilet.
We can trash talk him whilst he's there.
That wizard is so useless.
Or are you...
There's nothing here as far as I can see. It's some really fast running water. It's 15 foot deep.
Let's go through the other tunnel.
The next left.
Okay, so when you come back out and then go back towards where you were going, you can either
Wet,
go
my
straight
boots are
forward
squidgy.
or right.
What was the option, sorry?
Straight forward or right.
Straight forward.
Yeah, straight.
Okay. So you follow it round, and
There's some sort of death clock there.
Oh my god, it's Carol Vorderman.
so a straight
This is where
hallway.
they locked her.
Ever since she left Countdown.
A straight hallway separates an ornate stone door on the western wall from a circular room to the east. The door has no latch or lock and depicts a sagacious man in relief. He wears a robe and holds a book and quill across his chest. Golden accents inset in the stone give him a sense of majesty, but his eyes are gone, gouged out of the stone and filled in with tarry black paint. The circular room has a low ceiling and 4 concentric circles on the floor, around a dais in the centre. Each of these circles features a glowing object or phenomenon within its ring. The outermost ring emits an orange flame from a small spout. The next ring has a protrusion, a translucent purple stone that glows faintly. The third ring is inset with a small circular basin that shines with green light from below the water. The innermost ring includes a small vent that pours forth vapour shot through with white light. The dais inside the 4th ring supports a complex device of brass atop a metal pole covered in dials and complex runes.
I'm pretty sure I don't put my sword in it.
No.
What does it say? You're a clever one.
Yes. So what is there actually any language written on it, or is it just runes?
Runes are languages, your culture's fine.
It looks like runes. If you'd like to roll Arcana, Nature, Occultism, or Religion.
Do I just take 10, or do I actually try and roll?
After that, I'd take 10.
Take 10. I
Yeah.
just snapped it.
Yeah, let's go. So take 10 on Arcana, so 19.
Occultism, I
I
believe.
haven't got a clue.
No, you don't know.
Oh, god damn it. It's higher than 19. I'm going to assume I can't try by
So,
rolling and thinking about it.
after looking and sort of being unsure,
It's like,
you think if you spend some time, you think if you spend time, you might be able to figure out where you went wrong and try another check, but it will take time to be able to do another check.
Okay.
Let me know when I can do another one as well.
Yeah, it's like,
Are you doing a separate check?
Can we
A
get hit
separate
points
type
back?
of check.
can you get hit points back?
I've only got occultist 2.
From what's standing around, or from
Occultism
him?
21.
Standing around.
I don't know.
Again, you're not.
Yeah,
You
so,
don't know either.
yeah, so I literally just
I've only got Arcana and occultism 2.
yeah, it's like, It looks like if I try and study it some more, I might be able to
Religion
figure
3.
out what this means, but I just can't quite grasp it.
Get thinking, Brainy.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Is it Arcana now?
You can try Arcana,
I can't remember.
This is when he
nature,
passes and just goes.
Occultism, or Religion.
Oh,
I got religion.
Nat 20 on Arcana now. It's 27.
They're all 20 and I get a natural 20. So
Religion
22
10.
for Arcana now?
Okay. You guys don't know.
No.
With a 27,
Holy shit!
Even on a
Roll
natural
20.
20 I didn't.
Oh yeah.
no, sorry. So with the 27, you start looking at the runes on one of the other ones. So we'll say the one furthest out, which happens to be the one that's got a spout of flame on it.
Mhm.
So you're having a look,
Just means gravitates up.
and you're sort of piecing together the equations and the runes and the way everything works together to twine into itself magically. You sort of remove some of the stuff that's not relevant, and you start to touch the equations in the correct order. At which point, each one shimmers and glows.
Hand on my rapier.
That ring then rotates counterclockwise and lines up with the door and the central dais.
Hey, Garrick, I did it!
You did, but what exactly did you do?
I solved the equations.
Yeah, that's all good and all, but we still don't know exactly what this device does. Is this the clock?
Build first, solve later.
You also, after doing that as well, and with such a good roll, you think something about each of the rings draws you to the stones that you guys have.
Something tells me these rings is to do with those stones.
No, you're right. We insert the stone into the ring.
Can I take a thievery? See if I can work out if this is... No.
No, sorry. Could I do a thievery so I can just steal the thing?
Sure.
Because, right, thievery, so you're saying we put the stones in, so this is some kind of lock. I'm familiar with locks.
Okay.
Don't try and
You
pick the
can attempt a
rings.
thievery.
No, not to pick it, but to decipher how the lock works, because that's half of picking a lock.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, 11, 19.
Okay.
No, sorry, 18. Sorry, 18. 7.
18. Not quite. You feel like you almost have it, but there's just something about it that
It's not like any kind of lock I've ever seen. But it's definitely a lock.
Something about it that's evading you. You're not quite sure. You can attempt it on a different one. There are 3 more. There are 3 total that you can attempt it on because one of them's been done. So there's 2 more you can attempt that on.
Ooh, 22.
Okay. So with that, would you like to do it on the central, middle, or furthest one? Which one would you have done first?
I've done the furthest one first and then moved
So
in.
you've done to the middle. So on the middle one, with your thievery, with your sort of knowledge of intricate and interesting traps and a few other things, you start to kind of pick out some of the dud or false equations and runes on the ring itself, and you start to scratch them off, knowing that they're the wrong ones, which you feel will probably make it easier for the more magic-y, arcana-y, religion-y, occulty people to actually figure out how to do it.
It's like a giant. It's like a giant lock tumbler. We just need to find. We just need to get it in the correct position where the pins will go in.
You know, when you told me we was becoming adventurers, I didn't think
So that one
mathematics
was
was
the
going to be
one
part
with
of
the
it.
water basin. That
He's
you
a
managed to
design.
get rid of some of the dud ones.
He's a mathematician.
Mathematician.
Watch as I make the remainder disappear.
Yeah. So he's gotten rid of some of the dud equations on the water basin one.
So can we
26
make
occult.
another?
Sorry?
26 occult.
Okay. So with a 26 occult, you do the same thing on the water one, where you're starting to pick the correct equations and press them, and they glow. And once you've gone through each of them, things start to twist and shift and crack. And then that one again circles counterclockwise until it lines up between the door and the dais.
Can I make another Arcana check on the other one? Or one of the other ones even? One of the rings?
You can try.
And you said I wasn't brainy.
I'm going to roll on this one. Not on the table. Oh, fuck off.
You don't know.
No.
At least try rolling like in a normal person manner.
Okay. Are you going to look at the central one as well?
Yes. Yes.
How much is that going?
Yes, what's that total?
24.
24, nice. Yep, so with that one, again, you do the same thing and you start removing some of the dot equations and start taking some of the bits that don't have any sort of power on them off.
I suppose occult on this for the next one.
Yeah, smack. 15.
Okay, not quite. You're not really working that one out.
12 on occult.
Okay, so if you want to spend time at this point, because with the amount of attempts of checks that you've tried,
Yeah, I'm going to take time.
you'll need to take an hour's worth of time to try and figure it out.
Oh, that's me.
At which point you can attempt another check.
Oh.
So
Can you do this for 8 hours?
I could certainly try.
If you are
I'm going to
doing
get some
this,
sleep.
if you're doing this across the attempt at a long rest time, you won't be able to get the rest because you won't be able to get enough sleep in. Because you are focusing for that hour trying to work out the equations. You will not get rest if you do that.
Oh, damn it. I know this puzzle's going to bug me. Screw it. You guys sleep.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep an eye on it.
What about you? Are you staying up as well?
Yeah, I'm saying that.
Oh, okay.
So you take one of your hours, at which point you can attempt another check on one of them.
Arcana.
Are you staying up?
Better.
Oh,
26 for the cult.
20.
Okay, so you're still a bit unsure. With that, with the central one, which is the other one that he's currently managed to
Decipher
help
a bit.
simplify, you start getting the correct combinations and taps of light, and it starts shifting and twisting and turns counterclockwise again and lines up with the door and dice. There is only one left. If you want to attempt another thievery on that last one again.
Oh, you're not sleeping either.
22.
So Sue, yes. So once again, you managed to get rid of some of the dot equations.
There's payoff at the end of this.
Yeah. So I will allow you guys one more check each on that one.
Come on. Big one.
20.
Oh, I can't roll for shit today. I really can't.
20's not quite enough for this one. You're not sure.
12. I've gone backwards.
Yeah. So this one is the one that has a translucent purple stone glowing faintly in it.
Damn it.
So are you guys going to take an hour again to?
Yeah.
I will.
I'm going to sleep because I've figured out all that I can.
Okay.
No. It's gonna bug me. I need to figure at least one thing out.
Nah.
No.
Don't make me knock you out.
No. If he's going to take that hour, so you can both make one roll each for one of the appropriate
Come on.
skills.
Roll well.
Damn it.
Better. Fucking better. So that is 26.
26, yes. So this time you work this one out and you realise that a lot of the equations you both tried were somewhat backwards. And you start pressing the correct equations in the correct sequence and more clicking, crunching, turning, and then it twists counterclockwise and lines up.
Ha! Got one.
At which point...
Still only counts as one.
True.
The enemy attack.
Void gate opens. Garrett gets sucked into it.
Once they all line up, the double doors that were currently sealed start to crunch and open with a fairly loud grinding.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what, oh. You know, is this drinky, stabby? Drinky.
You're still hurt. What have you done again?
Do I get any hit points back? No.
Too short
Not
rest.
unfortunately.
Yay! Better.
Oh, hooray!
I could do with some more healing.
So,
I've got you a few hours.
glowing hieroglyphs shimmer on the walls of this oddly shaped room, because you can see into it. Now and then, one of the hieroglyphs shimmers and changes, or it even vanishes altogether, while new glowing glyphs manifest elsewhere where none were previously. Slowly rotating circular diagrams are interspersed with these glowing runes. Along the walls lean the rigid, immobile shapes of several mummified human bodies, the mechanism by which the dead remain upright and not immediately apparent. Portions of the room appear unfinished, with building material still cluttering the corners. Another body floats limply near the ceiling of the far room, wearing a metal mask over its face. It doesn't look mummified like the others, and its long hair dangles limply.
Carrick,
Yes.
how are they floating?
It's magic, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's got to be magic.
Gotta be Wibble. Or it could be their elemental.
Are we just walking in then?
I am going to, using my, I suppose, would it be perception or thievery, to look for any signs of traps, sort of portals that in the wall that darts could come, that arrows could come out of, pressure
I believe
pads
that
on the
is
floor.
It would be a perception.
Perception.
No.
11. No.
No, you're not sure.
Yeah, because annoyingly, even though
As far as you
I
can
have
see, there's
detect
nothing.
magic on my list, it's almost functionally
I have no idea.
not important at the moment because all it does is go, yeah, it's magic. That's it. So I'm like, yeah, at this point, there's no point in having it.
Is anyone stepping into the room?
I'm not sure whether we should.
No one's been able to tell me if there's traps. No.
As far as you can see, there's no traps.
I am going to.
Yes.
Okay.
You step into the room.
Yeah, I'm going to be decisive. I'm a fighter.
I'm going to stealth into the room.
I'm going to
Okay.
keep a close
I've
eye.
got a torch, though. Bugger. Yeah, okay, fine.
You can still roll stealth.
Well, yes, to be quiet rather than be unseen.
Yeah, I'd put you at -5 to your overall.
No,
Check.
I'm not
Just so you know, I'm
stealth
keeping a
very good.
close eye on anything that happens.
So the four of the bandage wrapped bodies that don't seem to have anything holding them back. As soon as he steps into the room, start moving.
Yes.
I will use your stealth for that one.
But that's
If everyone else could roll their perception as their initiatives, please.
Feck.
nice.
Yeah, my,
Well, hopefully I won't roll that during the actual turn.
my stealth is
Oh
13.
God. Hey, I might not be last.
Feck off.
25.
Anyone get higher than that?
No.
Okay, next down from 25.
No, mine's 12.
I bet they're immune to crits.
Has anyone got higher than 12?
Yay!
What was yours?
5.
Okay.
Well, that was easy to work out.
So that would be Johan, Garrick, boom.
I'm just happy.
Then the creatures that rolled a natural 1.
So did I.
Well done, daddies.
I also rolled a number 1.
Yeah, so just you step in and I just go, uh-oh.
I see what you did there.
Oh, monkey trumpet.
Monkey trumpets.
Konantar, you are first.
Okay. How far away are they from me?
20 feet is the closest one.
Cool. I will rush up to it and stab it.
Okay. Do that.
24.
Hits.
30.
Hits and crits.
Are they immune to crits?
Nope.
Sweet.
Hooray!
You can get a crit.
42 points of damage.
Okay. So
And
with
it's prone and flat-footed.
with his single slice of both in a both across motion, he takes the shoulder to the hip and separates the body and kills it.
It's prone and in 2 pieces.
Prone
It's dead.
and it's flat-footed.
Well, it currently counts as 2 people now.
A little bit dead. So it was move and attacks. Johan, it's your turn.
Right, so which is the closest?
They don't appear to have seen you. Even with a fucking torch.
Right,
Maybe they're blind.
right.
Yeah, tunnel vision.
I'll go. Right, I'll
fight us.
slash at the closest one,
Sure.
rush it and slash it.
Shouldn't the fighter be more like that?
One
So
action to
sneak
move.
attack. Yeah.
Yep,
Oh,
and
not
then
single
roll your
minded.
attack.
Booyah! That's a natural 18. So that's 25.
Hits and crits.
Hey!
Nice.
Two legits. Two
crits in a row. This is good.
It's a crit because of the flat-footed nature of it not having fucking seen you.
So it's double everything.
Yeah.
Yep, so you get a d6 and a d8 rather than 2d6 for the weapon,
Yep.
and you get 2d6 for sneak attack.
Okay.
Damn.
And then you add double your dexterity.
So add on
That's only
6 to
one.
whatever this
Oh,
tokens.
nice.
Oh, that's a bit lame. Okay, so that's 10, 12, 14, 20.
Okay, so you dart forwards out of nowhere and put the rapier straight through the side of its arm. And yep, so that's 2 actions. Now
Okay,
one more.
let's try and slash again.
Slashy.
Did we just break the lock on the door without
That is a
even needing
19,
gems?
including my
Yes.
minus 5.
So the gems are essentially useless.
Sorry,
Yeah.
second.
19.
19 still hits.
Well, I think it would have just been we get the gems, and then we just slot them in and it opens.
Probably.
Or we spend ages faffing with the lock and it opens.
Yeah. So
That
we
is
functionally gained
Well,
2
the gems
gems.
make it easier.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to get the gems, we also have to fight more elementals.
11.
So.
Yeah,
Fine.
that's true.
It's loot now.
Okay, so you
Oh, I thought they might
slash
be keys.
across its arm, and
Yeah,
then
they
you
are.
Yeah.
then you jab it in the side of the back. At which point it is still there.
Yeah.
And it's sort of it's lurching around. Gareth, it is now your turn.
Right, you're next to me, aren't you?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna cast level 1 spell.
True strike.
Yes, it is. Funnily enough.
Speaking of Carol
Yeah,
Baldwin,
just sort of like you might need
there is
this
Carol Baldwin fighting
as you
Rachel
feel
driving.
slightly empowered.
Richard Whiteley's
You know, on
amusement.
your next attack roll. It means on your next attack roll
I
you
love-
roll
I love
twice
to
and
fight
take the
it.
better result.
He gets advantage. Awesome. I
Yeah,
love
and it's
advantage.
and
so much better than most of them.
Yeah, and that's only a 1 action spell, so
Okay.
I can do something else. So there's 3 left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
three left. One of them has been viciously attacked
so-
by Johan, but is still standing.
And then there's 2 not engaged with anyone.
Currently, yeah, they're a bit further back than the other 2 were. They're about 35 feet as opposed to about 20. 25.
Let's go with. Excuse me.
Pig.
Screw it. Let's just go with a telekinetic projectile on the one that's on Johan.
Okay.
You just love throwing pebbles, don't you?
Yes, I do.
There's no shortage of pebbles in the area.
It's almost like we're in a spanking cave.
Does a 15 hit?
Which one were you going for?
The one that's on Johan.
No. Fortunately, it would not be considered flat-footed. It will.
Well, son of a bitch.
Flat-footed is a condition that applies to it, like a status effect.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it was
currently not.
confused around-
It's
not.
currently
I thought
not
it was
flat-footed.
flat-footed for him.
It's not flanked at the moment.
Okay.
It's just he's in combat with it, but he's not on the other side of it. You're all currently still on the same side.
Well.
Boom.
So yeah, a
your
pebble
turn.
flies past.
Is the true strike only for the first attack, not like if I was to do one
Yeah,
attack?
it's just your next attack.
Okay, that's fine. We're at 15 feet. Bomb.
Okay, so you're going to biff one of your bombs. Which one are you biffing at specifically?
Probably the one that he is trying it.
Which is in combat.
Oh wait, no, not that one. One of the ones that's not Ben.
Okay,
Yeah.
so one of the ones not in combat. So roll twice and take the higher result.
Seriously, you rolled the same. Fucking. Oh dear, I thought I was doing.
So that's a 13 to hit.
Oops. Unfortunately, that will miss.
Yeah, I figured. And yet again, a fucking 13 to hit. Yeah.
I apologise, neither of them.
Oh, fuck you, dice. You just
So-
rolled it there.
You rock up and you biff a couple of bombs across, and just unfortunately, neither one finds purchase.
I think I've just given whatever luck I had
So-
left to you two.
Mummy next to you.
Yeah. Oh no.
I'm okay with this.
It's going to
It's probably going
search
to
forwards.
be poisonous to have like leech life or
Does
something.
a 20 hit you?
Just. But can I do a feat of nimble dodge?
You can.
A feat of nimble dodge.
Nimble dodge? Yeah.
That adds 2,
Two.
I believe, to your
Yes.
AC. So does that mean the 20 misses at that point?
It does because it would mean my AC is 21.
So all of a sudden, just
But that's my dodge for the combat.
Yep, so it swings and misses. Its next attack
Yeah.
is a 10, which Does not hit.
Hooray.
And its last attack is a natural 1. So it's going to
Its
be
arm
considered
falls off.
flat-footed for its next
Oh.
for the next attack against it.
I was arm fall off.
Not quite. So
I beat it to death with its own arm.
the next
Stop hitting
two.
yourself.
So the next one is going to move up. So it's going to. So since it's only currently 10 feet away from you,
Yep.
that one's going to move towards you.
Okay.
Natural 20 for a 28.
Yeah, that'll hit.
11 points of bludgeoning damage. And can you please make me a fort save?
27.
Yeah, nothing happens.
You shrug it off.
Nothing happens.
Well, apart from the pain.
Yeah.
So, and then its next attack. 12.
Nope.
No, so that misses.
In fact, that is a critical miss.
Okay, it will also be considered flat-footed for the next attack against it. Because I think that's just an easy way to do it.
Can I borrow the book a second just so I can check?
And then the other
Some
one
for a spell.
will lumber over to you. 13.
Nope.
And 14. So this one lumbers over, just tries to swipe at you and just completely misses. Kolentar, back to the top of the initiative order. You.
24.
They'll hit.
20.
Either will hit.
$21 points damage.
Okay. Yep, so you slash across its front again with both weapons, tearing huge chunks out the side of its arm and torso. It's still there sort of lumbering around in front of you. That's one action or two?
That was
So
2
fast.
actions, and then my second action is to twin parry.
Twin power. Okay. Johan, it is your turn.
Slashy.
Thank you.
Okay, so I take it we're going to go for the one that's already
20! Natural 20, so that's 27.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'll just
that
give
is
it my luck.
definitely a crit.
That is a
Whatever I
crit.
had.
Awesome.
Gone.
So 3d6 and
You're gonna have to give a
1d8
mind
for
to
all
you
of your
bastard.
damage and sneak attack. And then you get
Okay.
plus 6,
Six.
I believe, was for the...
Yeah,
as well.
that's 3 and 3.
Okay, so that will be. So that's 5, it's 8,
18.
that's 14. 18, you say?
It should be 18.
Yes, 18.
Okay, so with that, you flick the rapier up straight up its stomach and across the side of its neck. At which point, sort of the foul, rotten insides just start to spill out as it falls over dead.
Again.
More dead.
Deader.
Dead Jim.
Okay,
Re-dead.
so that's one action. There is another one next to you. I got what you did there. Yeah, so there is the other one still next to you.
Okay, let's do attack. Not so good. 16.
That'll hit on the nose.
Really?
Whoa.
Oh. Okay. Sneak
This one's not flat-footed.
Yeah, Garrick, we need
This
you to
one-
fling spells at it. I'm just like, I can't fucking hit the thing.
12.
12 damage. Okay.
Nice.
So you flick the blade across and catch it across the chest.
Tear off loads of bindings and
Yes.
dry and parchment like flesh.
And you have one more action.
And move back.
Step back. Awesome. So that brings us to Garrick.
And hit
Right,
and
so
step
how
and
many are
hit
left?
and Step and hit and step.
There are 2. So there's one that he's just stepped away from,
Yep, so there's one he just stepped away from
Well, I'm
after
on the
eviscerating one
rapier.
and slashing the other one.
and he's got the other
And
one.
he has one on him as well.
Would it be a medicine to try and figure out which one of the 2 is more damaged?
They both appear to be dead.
Touché.
Mummies are quite. Aren't mummies vulnerable to fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying.
Yeah, which is one thing I had in mind, but it's a big spell.
Is it burning hands?
Well, no, there's one even bigger. But
Is it permanent?
Burning feet.
It can't be fire. Bigfoot.
Burning this is Sparta.
Burning headbutt.
What are you going to do?
oh, actually, there is a cantrip. I forgot about that.
Yay.
Produce flame.
Okay.
Are they both 30 foot away? Because I'm basically, you know, in the doorway.
Each one's roughly about.
Well, I haven't
20
moved,
feet
and I had
away
to
from
run
you.
20 foot to get to it.
Yeah, each one's about 20 foot away from you.
Okay, that's cool. We'll
They're
go.
about 10 foot from each other.
Because I know he's more capable, I'm going to go for the one on Johan.
Alright.
Meh. Sucks to be you.
So, ranged
Okay,
attack.
back to
Come on, baby.
Oh.
Does a 13 hit it?
Is that range attack or range touch attack?
It's just a ranged attack.
No, it doesn't.
Actually, it's fire, so I would assume it's ranged touch, but either way. Because I did not write it.
Very quick look.
Yes, produce flame.
Cantrip.
Because
Who can get to the spell first?
Whereas previously, in original Pathfinder, it was touch AC.
Because that might make a difference.
Because I didn't. Because I didn't actually, write that down. I just put melee or ranged. Obviously, me going, oh yeah, I'm going to remember that.
Produce flame. Make a melee or ranged touch attack.
Hooray!
Do I hit the bastard?
You do with a touch attack.
Right.
1d4 fire damage.
Yeah. Why don't you roll it? Because I'm going to get shit. I know I will.
Yay!
Thank you. 4 fire damage.
Okay, so weakness means you
Ooh.
add that amount of damage. Is
Hold
that
on.
right?
Oh.
I presume you're 4th level,
Yes.
so you can heighten it.
Can I? Because I thought that you'd have to. It was a 3rd level slot.
I don't know if it takes a 3rd level slot or if it equivalates to it.
Because that's what I assume. Because there are ones which say +1 or +2, others which say 3rd or 4th or something.
Okay, well, I'll read that up and carry on regardless.
Yeah.
But with that, it does seem to do a fair whack more than the spell itself should do, due to its fairly severe weakness to this element. And it takes 14 points of fire damage.
Yay!
But probably helped by by me slashing it and tattering all its bindings.
And I still have one action. What to do with one action?
Kick it.
Cry.
Just sneeze in its general direction.
And I can't do true strike
stand
because.
there.
You can do movements, you could do a ranged physical attack.
You should stand there and make a point of
Oh
not
wait, that
pissing
means
on it.
I'd have to draw my crossbow, which is one action. So
Yeah, because you have to draw. You could draw a knife for your crossbow ready for a range attack with another turn.
yeah, screw it. Why not? So I'll draw my crossbow ready.
Okay. Boom. The one that was attacking him before that he has just produced flamed on isn't in melee combat because he moved back.
Okay.
It's
What
on
about the other
fire.
The other one is in melee combat with him.
The,
one? Okay then.
the eternal torch.
Damn it.
Again, is it real? Is it real flame, or is it just like a cold sort of magic flame?
It's not real flame.
It's not real flame. Okay. Rather than if I could be like, back, mummy, back.
Just kind of go.
Yeah,
Nope, that's a 15 to it.
that was good. That was good money on fire.
And that was a 10 to hit.
Also misses, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're quite right. You take a 3rd level spell slot to be able to heighten it.
Okay.
See,
I had a feeling
you
it
fling
was.
the bombs and they stay up.
Because I started writing all of them down, and I'm just like, wait a minute.
So, the one next to Commentar immediately starts with a natural 1 roll. So it's going to lose its next action and attempt its last
I'm going
one.
to take my attack of opportunity.
You might kill it. You never know.
21
Hey.
21 will hit.
and 13 points damage.
Okay.
Does it look like a bitch?
Maybe. Let's see. Yeah.
Did you
But then
just
how-
assume its gender?
But then, how
Yes.
come I'm setting on fire like a bitch?
There's 21
Then
hit you.
yeah.
There's 21 misses me. So I've got twin parry again.
Okay. Yeah. So it misses with its last attack. So as it lurches forward and loses its balance slightly, you take that moment to jam your broadsword into the thick muscle of its leg.
Oh no, with a
Get
wand,
out
I'd
the
say it impales its own
broadsword.
face onto your still sword.
And as it swings with its arm, you use the other blade to parry that out as you pull the first one back out of its leg.
No, bad, mummy. Bad.
So, how far back did you move when you moved away from yours?
I dropped just sort of 15 feet.
Okay, so you're probably about in line with them.
Enough so I can go in for another attack next turn.
So it lurches forward, and then swings at you.
Oh no, the flaming mummy.
Natural 20 for 28.
God fucking damn it.
Reap the whirlwind.
Yes, that's a crit success.
Holy shit! Don't die.
My AC is 15, by the way.
That is a 16 points of damage.
Ow!
And can you please make me a con save? Fort save, sorry.
Oh shit.
Con for coming.
Nope.
What did you get total?
5.
5.
I crit fail.
Oh no, you're contracting zombie-itis.
Shut up.
Okay.
Sorry, mummy-itis.
You are at -1 conditional penalty to any charisma-based checks and DCs.
What's the difference?
It's a -1 on top of your further.
So currently, it appears like the virility of this something that's hit you has affected you really quickly because you critically failed on the DC roll. And it's just your flesh has just started rotting away, and you just look disgusting.
What did anyway? I'm a
There's
goblin.
anything wrong with him. He usually looks like shit because he's green.
And
Racist!
its next attack is a 13, so that will miss. Commentar.
Yes. I'm gonna stab mine.
Yep.
Oh wait, is there one gone off to a mate of mine then? Is it?
So there's one still in front of you,
Yeah.
alive,
Yeah.
and one of them's just hit him. That's wandered off to hit him. But
How badly injured does that one look?
they both look dead.
This is really difficult to tell.
However, that one is pretty close to these two as well as him, whereas the one with you is just you.
Okay. I'll stab
Yeah,
mine.
that one looks dead. That one looks deader. That one's deadish.
No, they can't look dead to you.
22 to hit.
Yeah.
No, was that 2 1s I just saw?
There's a 7 and a 1. 8 plus 8. 16.
Yep. So with that,
Still.
you jam your sword through its head, and as you're about to come with the next one, you realise that it doesn't matter where you hit it because it sort of falls limp and cuts its own head open into 2 pieces as it slumps limp either side of the blade.
It's making your job
I've
easier.
never seen him do that before, and I'll turn around and I'll walk up behind the other one to give flanking bonus to everybody.
So yeah. So with that, it's Johann's turn.
Right, so let's get that one.
It's considered flat-footed. You will get sneak attack.
Yep, awesome.
Oh, yeah. No worries, Lou man. Thank you very much for that, bud.
17.
17.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Cool. Damage. 11.
Okay. Okay. So you flick the tip of the rapier up again, just slashing across its chest another time.
Just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip.
Still alive. Well,
And again.
unalive.
Okay, so minus
It's
5, so that was
still
17.
That'll hit.
Ooh, nice. 12.
How do you want to finish it off?
Head off.
Yep.
Off
so
with their head.
with a flick upwards and then another flick across, he just takes the head off, which touches the ground, rolls off, and the body falls limp.
Oh,
Before the body falls limp.
It's like,
So
no epic post quote. Post
So you
up
are.
quote.
you are currently out of initiative.
Is that
There is still there's a couple more bodies of mummies sort of floating around the body in the centre that is slightly better dressed with long lank hair and a metal mask on its face.
Is that a parrot?
Yeah,
parrot?
It's a parrot?
No, parrot, Egyptian parrot.
What's Egyptian?
Pharaoh.
What?
Oh, do you mean Pharaoh? Pharaoh.
Yeah, that.
You got me getting it confused.
Is it a parrot?
No, it's a
Hollywood cracker!
pharaoh.
No, it's not a parrot.
Melon!
No,
It's
it's
no-
not a door either.
It's a pharaoh. Fancy word for king.
Wait,
Quite far away!
No, like a leader.
Oh!
It's a fancy word for king.
I'm looking round for stuff
Roll me a
King.
perception check.
while
Anyway.
they're arguing.
Don't
23.
well.
Okay, so you can
You look like
immediately
you've got pink eye.
you can immediately see that there is a faint shimmering around
I don't think I
the
do.
person floating in the middle. It's definitely something magical. Even without like a solid grasp of magical things, you can tell that he's held there by some kind of magic.
Do I see anything that looks
I'm
like a
gonna-
doomsday clock?
I'm gonna
No.
Wrong room.
on the
How do you
floor.
know?
I'm gonna pick up a
Doomsday clock.
random bit of
Might be
masonry
hidden.
or
Do you know what a
anything
doomsday
on-
clock
anything
looks like?
loose and hard on the floor,
Look like a
Okay.
clock.
and just lightly
Or so we.
throw
so
it
you might
at
think.
the
That's
at
why
the
they
thing
call it a
floating
doomsday clock.
to
It's a
see if
clock.
it goes.
But then
No,
again, that thing that we did out
The
there was a
stone,
lock.
as it flings in,
And it looks
just
like
sort
a
of
lock.
slows down a
I
little bit and
wouldn't say it
starts
did, but
floating as well,
Guys,
along with a couple
Huh?
of extra
Guys.
dead mummies.
it's been.
Right.
There's some sort of magic keeping that thing afloat.
Ah.
Right, I'll throw another pebble.
It's a magical pharaoh. A pharaoh.
Which also starts, like, it slows down and starts floating and just sort of gravitating around.
I've seen this before. It's Magneto.
I run and try and jump into that area.
Oh no! Can't
Poor
stop you
Boom.
now.
We loved him so
Okay,
much.
let me just have a quick look. Okay, so
And
you-
stasis.
Start
I'm going for a cigarette.
floating in it
That's
as
fair.
well.
Does anyone else want a
Um,
smoky break?
Anyone who is trained,
Oh no, that's okay. I'm happy to.
anyone who is trained in Arcana can
No,
make an
no.
Arcana check.
Yes, I am.
I know nothing
I am
about
an
Arcana.
expert in Arcana.
I am not the fighter for this situation.
17.
Okay. let's see what
I'm
we
gonna roll just in case my take 10 doesn't hack it.
Take 10, Smeghead.
Well, no, I've already rolled, so
Oh.
I can't just turn back and take 10. So 10.
Yeah, no, it's magic.
It's magic. I'm an expert.
It's some kind of telekinetic magic, but being floating in it in particular, you can feel that it's not as powerful as it once would have been. You don't think it's going to be easy to
I made a
get
critical error.
out.
Did you
of
get
it.
lighter?
No.
You don't think it's going to be easy to get out of that on your own, but you know that by taking the mask off of the man floating in the middle, that it will end this effect of whatever this telekinesis is.
How do you know these things?
Because I jump in and experience things.
Yeah, and hang on. Yes, and I did that, and I got shocked.
When suddenly
Okay, so what are you doing?
I'm trying to float over to the pharaoh.
Okay, yeah, so as you're sort of floating around, you're sort of struggling a little bit to physically move yourself around, but you get closer, and what are you doing?
Would it be a strength to try and
No.
grab the... Okay.
Oh, okay, so you can't physically move him.
No, it's the mask. I was
Oh, okay, if you're just the mask just comes off, at which point, as you take it off,
Uh-oh.
the telekinetic forces just falter and disappear.
3, 2, 1.
You both fall. It's not huge. Like you take 5 points of damage from the fall.
That would be just when dying.
Uncomfortable, you've got a bit of a bruised ass. And as the guy hits the floor, he's gasping for air.
Holy dragons, he's alive.
What did I do?
Aside from possibly him being winded from the fall, it's like he hasn't breathed in a long time. And he's
Untrained medicine check. 15.
He seems a little bit injured, but otherwise he just he clearly seems exhausted and tired.
Diplomacy.
Okay, so he then
Probably a good idea.
starts speaking in. Does any of you have ancient Assyrian? You have that.
Yes, I have that.
Wonderful. So
So I rush over and I'm just like, yeah.
he slowly sits up. Thank you. In ancient Assyrian, if you don't have this language, you can't understand it, but thank you for freeing.
In ancient Assyriani, yes, that is quite all right.
So he takes a few moments to collect himself and breathe, and sort of make it easier on himself to talk to you.
Did he just curse me?
And he
In common, no. He said thank you for freeing him.
Oh, okay.
He says to you, I thank you. I am called Mabar. You may not have met one like me. I am a Jani. I am of the genie kind.
Yeah, so then Siriani. Yeah, so you are of the genie kind. Yeah.
He nods slowly.
So just off the top of my head, are genie kinds, very rare, in our time
They're
now.
pretty rare. They're not the sort of creature you'll see around all the time.
Oh no, I was just confirming that. Yeah, it's like, yes, you are correct. I don't recall seeing, any of your kind around. How long have you been here?
And he thinks for a moment, and he looks around the chamber, and there's a moment of deep thought, and he says, it must have been several thousand years for the tomb to have aged this much.
I hold out all the skin.
He sort of takes a curious look.
My
So we have two green skins and a gnome.
my colleague is offering you water. Clearly, it must have been some time.
So he nods his head slowly and holds his hands out. Takes a couple of swigs. Takes a moment, and then sort of feeling like it's not gonna kill him or it's not actually an attempt to injure him, he just drains the rest of it.
Also hold out some food.
Drains the rest of it in one
I was
go.
going to say I've got some rations.
While he does that, while he does that.
Ancient Assyria, he says, "Thank you."
I hold out some rations as well.
While he does that, I'm just going to quickly go. It's like
Some ship's biscuits or some dried pork.
what did you say his name was?
Mabar.
Mabar. Yes, in common, he says his name is Mabar. He believes he's been here for several thousand years.
Do we know why? Do you know why he was here?
I'm inclined to believe
Not
it.
yet.
I'm kind of inclined to believe he's been around that long. Have you seen the style of his mask? Ugh.
You're probably right. Yeah, so in ancient Assyriani. So, why were you here? Was there some greater purpose why you were in this?
This is the tomb of Tular Seft, who was once my friend. He imprisoned me here, stealing my natural magic to use toward realising his ambitions. Once his mind became enthralled with the dark places between the stars, all people became but tools to serve his own purposes.
With that, can I just relay information? In common.
So his friend used him as a battery?
Dick
Bastard! What kind of
But yeah.
bastard uses his friend as a battery? I mean, I know I would use you as one, but hey.
So he takes a moment, still in the ancient Syrian. If I might ask, why are you here?
Yes, in ancient Syriani, we are here to find what we are calling it a doomsday clock.
Takes a moment of thought.
I'm not sure if it has a different name, but it seems to be counting down to something, and we're here to find out what.
Maybe he knows who sent us.
This might be in his tomb. It would seem like the most likely place for Tular Seft to have kept it.
What are you saying?
He believes that it could very well be in here, the doomsday clock.
Tell him the name of the order, see if he recognises it.
What's the name of the order again?
The Order of the Palatini.
That's the one.
Yeah, so back in ancient Assyriani. So does the Order of the Palatine Eye, does that sound familiar to you?
No.
So maybe it's not an order that was around in your time, perhaps.
So he takes a
After
moment.
his time?
He takes a moment to stand up, sort of a little bit shakily, but largely okay.
Yes, after his time.
He stands relatively tall, definitely taller than the two of you. Probably about on par with your height as a half-orc, being relatively tall. And says, so if you are searching this clock, I will say, give me one moment. So he steps over to the side of. He steps over to the side of this area and opens up a very, very well hidden door. Like he runs his fingers up and then pushes on the door, and this seamless. I mean, it is perfectly blended in with the wall. This seamless door he pushes, and you can see the crack form and the door open.
We woke up the thing what was floating.
Did we? No. Stab it.
It was a power.
No.
Power. Yeah. No, he friend.
It's some sort of magic.
Yeah, sorry.
Kin.
You know what? I definitely would not have seen that. In ancient Siriani.
So
his mate, who was it? King,
he steps back for a moment as after he's pushed it open and says, in ancient Siriani, the thing you are searching for, I believe, would probably be in his tomb.
I'm presuming he ain't coming with us.
It's not a very large room.
What did he say? I didn't understand that.
He said it's not a very.
Saying to you.
Yeah, so he said it's not It's not a very large room, but he thinks it should. What we're looking for should be down here.
I have a feeling the door's going to slam shut on us behind
Maybe.
after we go in for plot convenience. I mean, for trap reasons.
So back in the ancient Siriani, while we go down there to investigate, what will you do?
It's not even. There's no stairs. It's like seeing the door open. You can already see like the back of the room. It only looks about 15 feet across.
Oh, okay.
You can just see like the head of a large sarcophagus. Large stone table with like the feet of a body in there that's laid upon this table. You can just see the edge of that.
An altar.
Yeah, it's like a table altar type thing, and it doesn't look like there will be. You don't think you'd be able to fit like 10, 11 people in there. You think it would be cramped for probably about 5 people.
Yeah.
Good thing we've only got 4.
Yeah, it's like, well. Yeah, so in the meantime, before we go and investigate, what will you do?
I have not been home in a long time. I would comfortably like to return to the plane of air.
Can you translate that?
Yeah, there's, I'll just I'll relay that.
I'll hold up a bottle of wine. Yeah, Trip.
It is fine. I should not need it.
You say air.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we got some water. You got some earth.
Ask him if he's got a gem we can have, or if it's in the mask. Wait, is it in the mask? Ask him if he's got a gem we can have.
Presumably there'll be some
gonna
fires.
wander over into the other chamber.
Okay.
Oh, that's fair.
So it was not obvious beforehand. It was so seamlessly integrated to the wall that no one had spotted it. So this tiny bleak chamber has unfinished stone walls. One wall is lined with shelves filled with musty leather-bound books. In the centre of the room, an ancient mummified body sits at a stone-topped table, posed as if in meditation or study. Iron bars hold the preserved corpse in place, with cuffs holding its mouldering hands on either side of a massive gemstone, within which glowing hieroglyphs shift and change. A brace across the front of the body holds the face forwards, staring at the far wall with empty eye sockets. On that wall, a large ornate mirror frame is filled with a sheet of absolute darkness, black beyond night.
Yeah, it's like,
Garrick, there's books. Johan, there's a gem the size of your head.
Oh.
it's like, oh.
Wait a minute, that's what they wanted, isn't it?
Quickly ask him if he's got a gem for us.
I will. So in ancient Siriani, so how would you get back to the plane of air first of all?
Magic.
Duh.
Simple. And also, would you happen to have seen or have any gems in your possession?
No. If you refer to the elemental puzzle to open the door, I would have assumed you'd have found them beforehand and opened it. You'd have had to fight the elementals. There would have been 4 spread across different rooms.
We may not have defeated all of them, not all of the gems. We were able to figure out the puzzle without all of them.
I commend you, as the puzzle would have been more difficult without the help of the gems.
Garrett, do we just want the giant gem?
Back in comment. Maybe we want the giant gem. Might have a quick peruse over the books.
Hold by for a sec.
Just one moment. So before you leave, is there anything that we can give you, to help you? Perhaps some food for the road, so to
Just
speak.
hold on a minute.
The fact that you have freed me is a grand gesture in itself, and I appreciate it.
I presume he doesn't want
Very
the
well.
mask back.
In common, good call. So back in Ancient Siriani, the mask that was on your face, is that important to you, or was that there for the purpose of the?
As far as I'm aware, that mask would just have been a focus of sorts. I don't believe it has any real importance.
Very well.
I'm gonna wander over and prod the
Who's that?
mummy thing.
Okay.
Who's what?
Point towards the meditating mummy.
I'll pick up the gem.
That is what was his name? I forgot his name.
Mabar.
No. He's Mabar.
Oh.
The tomb of
He sort of looks questioningly at you guys, not understanding the language that you're speaking in.
Nick has forgotten.
I'll
You know what the name of the guy was?
a gem.
Tu Larseft.
Two last have
Tu Larseft. That's the one. It's like very well.
And put the gem in
That's
the pouch.
that's the gem that Palatine I wanted, isn't it?
Okay.
And then walk over to the
Believe
bookshelf.
so.
So, on the gem, there are runes and hieroglyphs shimmering and changing and shifting the whole time. Doesn't seem to be doing anything offensive or anything particularly dangerous, but it's
Goes in the bag holder.
But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
And walk over to the bookshelf.
Yep.
And just start taking books out.
I'm going to go up to this
fine.
black mirror.
Oh no.
Okay.
Black Mirror. You will see unforeseen universes in there.
I take it you look into it then.
It's funny that
Yes, I will look into the abyss, and the abyss will look back.
Hey, wait! That was when we were playing Cthulhu.
Please roll me a will save.
Hey!
It's funny that we're raiding a tomb when you're
on
drinking
the belt
Lara's
of-
aid.
On the belt of the mummy, there was a scimitar.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, take
Actually,
it. Goes in the pouch.
Will.
It doesn't
Did you
seem
even
to have
notice
lasted for days.
no, I didn't.
12.
See, I like that. It's just raid the tomb. Wait, I'm talking to the guy I
Right.
can speak to. It's just
That is a critical failure.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So, the darkness in the
believe-
frame churns and then winks out, leaving the mirror within the flame reflective once again.
Uh-oh. What have you done?
Started the doomsday.
Oh, hopefully not.
Okay.
That's how
So
calendars
you see
work,
this.
right?
Oh. No.
Yeah, we don't even. Yeah, it's a doomsday clock. I mean, it could be the gem. It could be the
So,
mirror.
you have a critical failure.
Yeah.
Could be the bit of wall.
Confused. Frightened. Okay.
Hold on, I'll look those
So
up.
he suddenly looks very, very confused for a couple of moments and doesn't seem to understand what's going on, where he is. He's you're not frightened by them specifically. You're not thinking they're offensive towards you, but you are under the frightened condition. There's just something that's terrifying you.
We have to get out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
We have to get out of here.
What's wrong?
Johan, with
Infinite darkness. We have to get out of here.
Johan, take a
Dark.
deep breath.
I'm getting away from the mirror.
Yeah, so I'm assuming while this has been going on, Commentar, you've pretty much just taken everything in the room that's not nailed down.
Pretty much
and
not nailed down, yeah. And if it is nailed down, I'll give it a strength 18 chunk.
I think I've got Jimmy,
Yeah,
but yeah.
There's nothing
My
really.
thieves' tools.
So
We've got to get out of here.
Okay.
So Mabar still sort of stood there, a little bit confused by the common speaking that he doesn't understand.
Yes.
You should tell him that modern dialect is weird.
That's a good idea. So back in the ancient Assyriani, I apologise about the tongue that is used today. Now,
Please do not apologise for speaking a language. There are many, and there always will be.
Yeah, don't do language shame us.
Yeah, common.
Unless they do American spelling, in that case, shame.
James.
Hey,
It's like,
with colour.
It looks like we may very well be leaving. Would you like to come with us?
Shame.
Shame. I would be.
We need you to play the bard. next time.
If
What with a bell?
Bardic inspiration. Your shit, get better.
Needs more cowbell.
At least until you've got
No,
your
I need a
full
kazoo
strength
if
back.
I'm going to be a bard.
Oh god. No. If you ever pull out of the Vuvuzela, I'm breaking that over your head.
No, fuck you say this.
I
You want those,
have no
Conch shell.
have
you
no
want those
reason
drum
to
things.
Oh god.
come with you, but I also have
Do the Icelandic
no
thing.
reason to stay. I would prefer to return to my own plane, unless there is something that you require of me.
Can you get us to the bottom of the mountain safely?
Yes! Yes,
Does
away
he,
from here.
does he grant wishes, or can he get us back quick?
That's not a bad idea, actually.
You said he's a genie.
It's like,
Yes, I've got wishes.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
that's
ancient Assyriani.
Houdini.
Actually, there is one thing, if it is possible. Do you have the ability to teleport or transport in any fashion?
I have a feeling he's not asking for wishes.
Might be.
Not that easily, and you might not like spending too long in the elemental plane of air.
We just want to walk back to the town.
Yeah, so it's just. No, I was wondering if there was a way that you could perhaps get us back home quicker.
No, unfortunately.
You mean to the bottom of the mountain?
Oh, time to leave.
Yeah, so look, it was worth asking, but thank you very much anyway. Well, in that case, we will be on our way. All of us, give you best wishes, and hope you return to your plane safely.
Bye, Bob.
Okay. So he sort of
I give-
seeing the gesture of the wave, he sort of
I give a short bow back.
nods to you.
Melon.
Let's go.
And he casts something, and plane shifts out.
I wish you safe return to your dimension over the nearest alternative.
That way he's gone. So,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Are you retracing your steps to leave, or are you planning to explore tomorrow?
No, fuck that. We already know there's other elementals in here.
That's true, but did we find the
have any trinkets and things on them?
Non-natural 20, try and look for another exit.
Not really, no.
I've got a giant gem and
You
some
think
books.
the simplest thing to do
We
would be
could
to go
probably be
back
safer
where
to
you
look
came.
through them later.
Yes.
But well
Yes,
done.
that's a good
The
way.
safest?
That's a good way.
You
Let's
read
go back
books
that
all
way.
the time.
Let's go back that way. Let's get out of here.
It's true.
What else does the frightened condition give me?
It is minus to a couple of things, I think, off the top of my head.
Let's go.
So, back out where you came.
I still look at you suspiciously as someone did.
You make your way back to the entrance, finding your two companions who are there, sort of divvied down, waiting for you guys.
Doing their best emperor impression.
And the Velociraptor.
Yeah.
What was the value, sorry, of the condition?
Frightened one. I believe.
Oh, okay, that's not so bad.
So they're sort of not saying much, acknowledging you, in that sort of
Checks and saving
Yeah.
throws.
I rock-
acknowledgement.
I run up to Luna and hug her. It's like, yay! Hop on her back.
Yep.
Yip yip.
So you guys start making your way back down the way you came. Small scuffles of evidence of where you fought the gnolls. Head further down past the body of the manticore, still relatively fresh.
Luna, yip yip.
You keep heading down.
Yep.
You get back down to the river nearby where the knoll camp was, which is no longer there. They seem to have moved on. You know, they may have been there for one night, maybe two, you don't know, but they've moved on. You keep heading further down. You find the sandy area where you fought the Ankegs. The body's still there. The quicksand still relatively obvious.
Good.
You head even further down. You head past the bodies of the hyenas. These look to have been picked clean a little bit, but again, it's more just other creatures have taken meat.
No, we're out in the country.
You get even further down, and the camels that you came here on are still there.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I don't like camels. They bite.
I prefer riding on Luna. She's softer.
It's okay. Don't worry. I can
I'm
help
getting
you.
on a camel.
Yeah.
At least I'm going to attempt to help you.
You guys start heading back towards where you came.
You don't understand.
What don't we understand?
It's out there.
It is.
What's out there?
It is uneventful. It takes you another sort of 4 days worth of travel to get back from the mountain, same as on the way there.
You say it's uneventful. He's rambling.
He's only sort of in his strangely frightened state for a day.
That's a good idea.
After each day, you count down, you rest, you get back to your full hit points for a couple of days of rest.
Hooray! I'm alive.
I'm not spanked.
And you return back to Camisora Vord in Kelmarain, which is the city that you started in.
I felt it. I'm not as frightened after sort of a day or so. But was it 4 days?
It's been 4 days.
No, yeah, but it was only a day that I was affected by.
Yeah,
the
so now you're probably back to talking normally and stuff.
I looked into the absolute blackness, and I felt something staring back. A huge intellect.
Let me backtrack slightly. Mabar is willing to come back with you.
Well, we are backtracking several days.
It's just because he may have some information, and you guys sort of think, oh, maybe you'll have information if he knew to last left. So he does have a little bit of information, and he does say that he is willing to travel back with you. That's the only thing that changes.
Okay.
Hang on, skip that. There's another person.
I'd forgotten that. I remember reading that before.
I want to know what I did. I want to know what I saw.
The whole time that you were frightened in particular, you felt like something was watching you, staring
It's
at
a
you.
foe.
And it is
Stabbing time.
Unaligned.
So for the sake of
And
brevity,
cloudy.
given the time, so Lady Vord is exceedingly happy with the fact that you've managed to bring back the clock, which is the big gemstone thing that
That's what I was worried about. I was like, is that the clock?
seeing the books that you've managed to bring back, on top of the 45 gold pieces offered for the job itself, she offers you a further reward of 50 gold pieces for the books.
Oh, so that's 95 so far.
Yep.
Is that each?
So it's 45 each, 50 total for the books.
Oh, okay.
I hold up the mask I got from the Pharaohs. Is any good?
Maybe to a collector.
Sweet. What about the gems you two got?
I haven't got any gold.
So
I've got silvers.
Those gems. Yes, that was the elemental gems that we got.
she helps you identify the other things that he's retrieved. A couple of the scroll-like things.
Oh, in fact, scrolls.
So she identifies a lesser staff of fire, a scroll of gust of wind, a scroll of stone skin, and she helps identify Tulaseth's scimitar. It is a +2 scimitar. The hilt is adorned with 4 jewels, each one representing a different element. A creature wielding the weapon can spend 10 minutes activating it to cast Endure Elements once per day without needing to invest in the item.
Well, I can't use them.
Yeah, I'm more used to you.
Lesser stuff.
She takes a little bit of time looking at the gems you got from the elementals and identifies them as elemental gems.
What's that simple?
The elemental gems, I should have fucking made a note of the fucking page.
Well, can we like break them and release an elemental then?
Essentially, yes.
I was right,
And
that's okay with so many gems.
would release the exact elementals that
But would they be loyal to us, or would they just be wild?
they would essentially follow the orders of whoever it is that summons them from the gem.
Is it one shot?
Yeah, can we just evaporate
That's one of the
afterwards?
things I'm just checking.
Yay,
I
this is some
believe
hard
they
copy
are.
supper
So
stuff
once we've got
right
an
here.
elemental,
So-
we're going to feed it, we're going to walk it.
Yeah, so these are the gems that we probably weren't meant to get because they were just keys for the locks. So
Elemental gem. You shout the name of the elemental lord and dash the glassy gem against a hard surface
it
to
breaks.
activate it. It cracks open, casting a 5th level summon monster spell to summon forth a lesser elemental that's under your control as long as you spend an action each round to concentrate on the spell. This gem comes in 4 varieties: transparent, from air, blah 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 blah.
But yeah, these ones specifically would release the elementals that you fought before.
So 1 earth elemental gem and 1 water elemental gem.
Yep. It is a lesser water and a minor earth.
So
Wow.
120 gold pieces each.
That's if you want to sell them, or you
Yeah,
keep
we're
them.
going to keep it.
Either way.
they could be useful.
Fundamental.
Yeah, but either way.
A tenth of an item.
Damn.
So the 50 gold theoretically would be split across 6 of you.
So
But
divided by
either way,
6.
she also agrees or offers, if you are interested, to sponsor you joining the Esoteric Order of the Palantini.
Only if Garrick's in.
But even if we were to continue the playtest, these characters don't get. You don't come back to these characters throughout the playtest. These ones, this is their one thing and done.
Okay, special.
Yeah, that, right.
Very well done on that. You completed that and basically got out of the tomb in just over 6 days.
So basically, we managed to get in and get out way before the other bastards
Yes.
got there.
So, for an interesting thing, the
Speed
playtest
runners.
states that if you get in and are leaving within a day's worth of the 9-day time limit, they can catch up to you. But it is also an interesting playtest point for them that if you do get it within that time and leave before they ever turn up, you don't fight them, and it's interesting for them to note. So you did actually get through that without fighting the Night Heralds,
Yay.
Hey,
which I'm actually fairly impressed with.
Which I'm pretty sure would have been a much harder fight.
probably. That would have been when I have to break out the big spells.
It's all like
Well, I mean-
cultists, and they probably like a mage with them, and
I mean-
summon stuff. And
I mean, we
Oh,
did
yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
skip half of the elementals.
Yeah, we did.
By the fact that you guys spent time working out the puzzle as well, you skipped a fight, which meant you didn't have to go back and tangle with a fire and an air element.
I don't think we could have done it, to be fair.
Yeah.
I was running on
Mabar-
fumes.
Yeah, Mabar is set up as a potential ally who would have helped you against the Night Heralds, but it never came to it. As a point, just again for interest for you guys, Mabar comes back and gives information to all the information he knows and that could help to Lady Ford and yourselves. He's thankful that she sent someone to the tomb, but he has little desire to stick around in Calmarine with you,
That's fair.
and does use plane shift to take a solo sojourn to the plane of fire at this point.
That was not an air elemental.
Mm.
You said he was going.
Yeah,
back
he
to
was
play
there.
The other one, if you'd have attempted to attack him, it does actually specify that he retreats to the plane of air.
Oh,
But with this, he takes a solo sojourn to the plane of fire.
he's probably got some people there he
he's
needs.
a Jin, so they're kind of air.
Yeah. Allies, all that sort of crap.
But very, very well done on that. I hope you guys do leave the feedback for Paizo. I'm certainly going to leave the GM feedback.
Yeah.
Um,
I did for the last one, so.
yeah,
Yeah,
a
I'll
couple
have-
of things across the thing that went interestingly well. A couple
I'll
of
have to
things that
find
were
the
missed.
form links again, but I'll certainly do it.
Yeah, it's on Paizo's
We'll
main
find
site.
them and
So.
send a link to the group.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
But
just it's just annoying because obviously I was well, obviously we had no idea what the clock looked like. if it was a clock we're looking for. That's why I was like, when you said a gem, I was like, is that it?
Well,
I don't know.
A big gem is definitely a thing to take.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So you just present everything you found.
Interestingly enough, if you'd have
the Black Mirror might have been
the mirror, if you'd have chosen not to look directly into it and just covered it and just been paranoid and covered it, you could have not looked into it and not taken the effect. Having looked into it and failed the save, it's only a one-time thing for that effect. You could actually have taken the frame and that would have been worth some money as well.
I can't carry it.
Could have broken it.
It's large. That would have destroyed its worth. But it was large and cumbersome, so it would have taken a bit of doing to get it out.
Yeah.
But it was actually worth 1,250 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Well, we know who's going back for it.
But I don't.
Yeah, the place is open. Let's go.
I'm not sure if that mirror would have survived, a camel trek back to the city.
Who knows?
No, that's when it's just like, right, summon the eagles. Let's go.
But hooray! Team Black and Blue made it.
But I thought that would be interesting for you guys to know. It was a really interesting piece of information. It was really cool. Well done for completing that.
Oh, I'll try that again.
Intercepted.
Yeah.
Well, apologies for having to, take time, look up some of the rules, but I hope you guys
That's
think that
playtest.
went
That's what
well.
it's about.
Yeah.
Hey, both playtests, I nearly died.
Yeah.
Yes, well done. Congratulations. You're a fuck up in both parts.
Almost. Well, you did die, but then you got better, so good enough.
Well, yeah, and it seems that the rules, for that.
Just
weren't
saying,
okay.
the whole thing was solved by a fighter.
Yeah, it was.
I can firmly say that I didn't really enjoy DMing that as much as I did things like 40k, because I found the rules got a little bit constricting at points.
Yeah, I can see that.
And we didn't adopt any of the erratas and any of the updates they've done throughout the playtest. We've done it from the start out of the books.
Yeah.
Which a couple of those probably would have been a good idea.
Changes the death and dying mechanical up.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm hoping for the final product they remove
The resonance
from potions or
Yeah.
restrict it to uber powerful potions.
Yeah.
Because I can understand needing resonance for really powerful ones, but less so on bog standard potions at the beginning of the game where you might be sinking all your money into to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very difficult for us to heal, and I suspect
Yeah.
obviously a dedicated healing cleric would have helped,
Yeah.
Yes, I would probably agree on that.
rather than an alchemist that has to burn through his reserves to get us 1d6 healing
pretty much
potions.
Almost fucked.
I mean, that fight with the elementals, I lost like 30 odd hit points.
And
Which is just over
big
half my
fight.
hit points, and I didn't have any way of curing it.
and the complex critical hit and critical fail system.
Yes.
Yeah, I
is-
think that gets a bit too complicated as well, and I think they should change it a little bit. I think it should be harder to get it off of numbers and easier to get it off of the roll. But again, the 5%ing is a thing that comes into play for that. Another interesting point: the water elemental's AC was 20, as was its touch AC.
Well,
That didn't change.
well.
Ah,
Makes sense.
Yeah.
fair.
So that's that. Even with the 18, it's why he didn't hit, because it was really hard.
I understand.
The Earth form is far easier to hit and kill. But so yeah.
But, yeah, well done.
What are we doing next?
And then it's like, what are we doing next week? That's a good point. It's like, well, there is discussions of what we're going to do next week.
We
so is it current?
spoken to Lizzie.
Well, I
I
spoke.
think we spoke to Lizzie about her potentially doing the next one.
Yeah, I spoke to
Yeah.
Lizzie just before while you guys were faffing around with Mask, Pharaoh, Doombot.
Oh, yeah.
And she said that she was running next.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
that's what I thought we
Okay.
talked about as well. So it's potentially Lizzie, and we're going back to a few weeks of Snow White.
So I'll
Yes.
just tell
That'd
you
be
now
interesting.
that it might very well be auspicious.
Auspicious.
I don't
So-
get it.
Oh, you will. You will.
Well,
Which does remind me, we'll have to make sure you've got a character ready for that.
And you have to wear a prop appropriate to your character.
If we have anything appropriate, I might agree to someone face painting me for sessions and doing some blue elemental swirls.
yeah, and just to put it lightly,
Might. I hate face paint, so that's a maybe.
I'm going to be, wearing a hat because I'm a posh bard. I play the bagpipes.
He's my battle bard.
Shall I be offended now or later?
No, bagpipes are amazing. I'm amazing at the bagpipes.
Best bagpipes you'll ever hear.
Yeah, even if I roll really low, it still sounds fairly good.
Cass is
Better do, or my Scottish lad will try and murder you.
Yeah. It's a big maybe as well. I don't like the way it feels. I can feel it on my face.
Yeah, no, I totally
Yeah.
get that.
But anyway, I suppose we should cut that off there. That's probably a nice place to end it.
Yep.
But yeah, so thank you very much, guys. I hope you've enjoyed our last session of this. It's been interesting. And yeah, so don't forget, me and Cassis are continuing with Mass Effect 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, we're on to 2.
I nearly forgot it's Mass Effect 2 that we're on now.
Widely considered as the best of the 3 games. For story, characters, arc, the way it works.
Well, I'm definitely preferring the gameplay so far.
Yes. The only thing I prefer outright in Mass Effect 3 is the fact that you can carry different weapons as opposed to being limited. But either way. Anyway, I'll stop.
But yeah, so obviously tune in tomorrow if you want to see some Mass Effect.
More on that later.
So we'll leave it there. So thank you very much again, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
I just thought that this weekend we're going to have basically a channel vacation.
Well, this weekend.
Yeah, rather than a surprise streaming.
Yeah, we did a
surprise stream.
Yeah, we quite enjoyed that one as well.
Yeah, that was really good.
That game.
But yeah, so bye guys.
Bye.